building the trash compactor because I'd like to mock this set out, and I never bought it when it was on shelves. I think this is retired now. It might still be in some Lego stores, some smaller Lego stores, but officially you cannot pick this up straight through lego.com. And let's get straight into it. Because I'm parting it out, all of the pieces are coming from the drawers behind me, which you will notice are slowly getting a bit more filled as I'm sorting it out. We are so close now. What else needs sorting? That one's kind of sorted. A lot of Technic still resides in this one here. And then we've got the one next to it. There's a few parts that shouldn't really be in those drawers. And the bag. You might remember I had a giant drawstring bag I had that had a few different... I'll be able to show you exactly what it had inside of it. It's no longer in that drawstring bag because I have moved them all to this drawer. The entire bag fits in this drawer. That's awesome. I fit all of them in and didn't really have to squeeze any. I mean, there was that one that fell off, but there's a few bags with only 2-3 pieces based on the different element, and they fit in one entire drawer, which is awesome because that saves so much space. And as you can see, it's like a whole unit been pulled down. Plus then the other drawer full of Ziploc bags of Technic and printed tiles. We got so much more space in our Lego collection because of the little Ziploc bags. So if you're running out of space, grab yourself some little Ziploc bags and you're going to find some space in places you didn't even realize you had it. I guarantee. Hello there, Moon Shoes. Hello there, Saudi Pod as well. Both getting in early. All right, so I could have parted this out first, but whilst I am grabbing some of these elements, if you have anything that needs help with Lego, anything you want to talk about, new sets, or any questions you have to ask, please do let me know. And I'll be answering them between builds. So with this set, I think the reason I didn't pick this up day one, I tell you what I can do. There we go. We can raise the desk a little bit. The reason I didn't pick this up day one is because, whoa, there's no minifigures. There's not a lot of exclusive parts. Actually, I don't think there's any exclusive parts to this set. There might be a few printed or stickered elements which aren't too hard to get. There we go. But there's no exclusive parts, no exclusive minifigures, and it's not something that I personally would have built too long. You know, it is a diorama, so it's not the sort of set that I tend to pick up. Ordered Rivendell, should arrive on Tuesday. Now that's going to be a fun build. Rivendell looks cool, and all the Lord of the Rings sets, mind you. I think Rivendell looks the best to me because one of them's a green hut. One of them is, you know, a giant tower. Rivendell would look lovely right there, back there on the display, somewhere between the helmet and the gorilla. Good morning, KZ. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Buy 2. And sorting out based on color versus part. There are so many elements, makes it quicker to find them. I haven't used it to its fullest potential just yet, especially with some of these elements. Trying to find the shiny grills. There's a shiny one versus a non-shiny. Okay, it's easier to tell on camera. Maybe I just need to have goggles on the entire time I'm in my Lego room, because in person, it's not as hard. These are both shiny, aren't they? Yeah, these are both shiny ones. But if I didn't hold them up to the camera, I'd be staring at them for the next 5 minutes. Building the compactor. I'm indeed building the Lego Star Wars Death Star trash compactor, aka the garbage masher, which is what it's called. I think Luke calls it the garbage masher. 3PO calls it the trash compactor, but the quote shut down all the garbage mashers on the detention level. They don't say trash compactors. Fun little fact around this set that isn't included in the instruction. There might be the odd one or two, but there's not that much detail and info fitted around. Right. Might want to keep a few of these out, mightn't we? We've got the same base that all the dioramas, even my own dioramas, have this base around. Space at the front for the plaque, but they don't connect, or do they? Are these offset by 1? They are. Yep, never mind. They probably will connect to the corners to make them a bit more secure. It's interesting we have this front base, and then we also have an extra little bit at the front to hold in the wall. You'd think they'd build that in, especially with a black. Oh yeah, look, you can get 2 1x4s at the front here. How odd. And then you could also build it one further back, because I haven't seen any of that technique being used. So you just replace it with a 1x8. Interesting choice, but we're not that far through. Have the trash compactor, but haven't built it yet. It is going to look nice. So far we've got, is this the Dianoga already? This is bag 1 that I've built so far. Just started bag 2 at the front, which seems to be most of the outside and the tiles at the front. I think that is the Dianoga, isn't it? Probably part the waves and have that revealed with something hiding in front of it. But I like the base of it with the different translucent tiles to, I guess, show the murky water with all the different elements in it. It's not bad. Started watching the Clone Wars a few days ago. You are in for a ride. It's my favourite show, Clone Wars. Grew up watching it. And yes, if you think you're prepared, think again. Clone Wars is a ride, isn't it? I'm sure anyone else that's watched it will agree. Get some. What do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. I also, at some point, do want to go back to my Lego City and redo that. I don't know if I'll do that on a stream. I might just do that in between editing videos and in between little bits. I might make a little video out of it. Started season 2 yesterday. Just wait until you get to season 5. I think season 5 is my favourite season. I won't spoil it, but everyone that's watched it will probably know why. Hello there, George. Said the Ninjago bounty coming. It's arrived and you're building it whilst watching the stream. That's awesome. Enjoy your build. And that's the second bounty, isn't it? If I remember correctly. Bit different to the trash compactor. Just a little bit. Right. Seems to be the same as any of the other borders I've built. In which case we might need a few more of these elements, but we'll come back for them. Nice thing about having the wall almost sorted. Did watch the final episodes because you wanted to watch all Order 66, and also I'm not sure if you've watched Bad Batch, but there are a few Bad Batch episodes as well towards the end. I'm sure you've seen those, which is a great show to watch after Clone Wars, and then you can go straight into Rebels if you fancy watching even more. Nearly finished the Ghost Dragon side and season 7. See, what season of Clone Wars is our favourites in chat? So mine is season 5. George said season 7. I get some of you are still watching it through, so you're not going to know your favourites just yet. You have a favourite so far? Because Clone Wars doesn't start off too bad. I know, especially with Rebels and Resistance, a load of people saying, oh, you need to make it through the first season. I don't think that's the case. I think if you can't make it, or you struggle to make it through the first season, it's usually a good determiner on whether you're going to like the season at all. If you don't like the first season, I don't know if you should be watching the rest of Clone Wars. That's a lot of episodes to watch. Saw the first Bad Batch episode before you realised it was based on Clone Wars. There's not too much. Bad Batch is a deleted arc from Clone Wars. Clone Wars was meant to be going... They had stories for days for Clone Wars, and Clone Wars was hoping to go on and on and on as much as they could. So when that got cancelled, Bad Batch was one of the deleted arcs that we never got to explore, that then came back in a show. We had an arc with a Sarge Ventress, which has come back in Tales. Actually, most of Tao's is just unfinished arcs. It'd be nice to see like Son of Dathomir, which got turned into a comic, maybe that get an animation, which I think is going to be in Maul Shadow Lord. And then also to see, oh, the not the Christophsis, the Crystals of Utapau. That was the fully fleshed out arc. That one does have some visuals out, and that does explore quite deep depths of Anakin emotion. Anakin and Kenobi. It does explore their relationship more than any other piece of Star Wars content, I think, does. I have to say season 1, because it's the only one you've watched. The movie did come before season 1. And that started everything, which it's nice to see Mando doing the opposite, going from a series into a movie now. If I bring my chair over, I can use that as a little stand, and that can hold any extra drawers. Yeah, the movie did come. Oh, that's a good point. A lot of people don't realize about the movie. A lot of Clone Wars fans seem to skip over it as well. But there is a Clone Wars movie which came before season 1 and introduced the characters a little bit. Didn't know Echo from Bad Batch was in the 501st. That's a no, I am your father moment for Clone Wars, isn't it? Where Echo ends up. Oh. I think we're on the back wall. I think so, because that would slot probably in here. There's 2 gaps, and I assume we're probably going to slot the wall in. It doesn't seem to have teeth on the bottom, but we will find out. 16, 2 by 16. There is that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Here it is. Save splitting it. Unless we need a second one. In which case it doesn't save splitting it. We need longer plates. Yeah, Clone Wars is... Rebels couldn't hold up to Clone Wars because of the scope of Clone Wars. And I think that's what any show's going to struggle to do. Clone Wars' scope was just so wide. They could include different characters, go on. It primarily follows Ahsoka, but at the same time, you know, Anakin is primarily the focus of the Star Wars movies. There's not really a focus. We follow a few different characters at different points. And even though Ahsoka's story is the most developed, you know, we follow everyone, really. Anakin, Kenobi, Yoda. We get 3PO and R2 stories. And that's the good thing with Clone Wars. It jumps you about. Keeps you on your toes. Not bad. Is this? Oh, we've not even got the whole wall. There we go. Didn't know they had Kit Fisto and Plo Koon. Yes. We get topless Kit Fisto, don't we? Have you not got that far? I can't remember how early that is. Two and 6. There are some really good arcs, especially early on. So especially early on, like they're not all good. If you knew that, you would have watched it 5 years ago. Yes, definitely worth it for that. There are some great characters introduced into Clone Wars that I've seen elsewhere. We have a few of them in the live action Mandoverse. We've got, you know, a few of them showing up in Mando, and a few of them being explored even further in shows like Ahsoka as well. Ahsoka being a Clone Wars original. How is that AT-AT connection? Yes, for those of you that missed out on yesterday's stream, the piece is gone. The piece is missing. Where's it gone? Well, we managed to pull it apart yesterday, and we finally freed the element. We did it after 13 parts. I was going to do a short on it. I decided it was worth a video, and that did come out, I think it was earlier today that video come out. So if you don't want to go back and watch the entire stream, sorry, from yesterday, then check it out on video form. It is right at the start of the stream though. So if you do also want to see our new stap, our giant stap that we're working on, we're going to be finishing the top half of it next week. Next Tuesday, I think it was I said, but that'll be scheduled after today's stream. And check out the stream and get caught up before next week. But 40 clones at Brickworld. Yes, Brickworld Chicago was going on, is going on, was going on, is this weekend, isn't it? Brickworld Chicago, probably this week. But that's nice, 40 clones, a fine addition. How? That's a good question. You're going to have to watch the video because we twisted Lego bricks a little bit. We did slight illegal techniques. I mean, we did it as legally as we could. There was a real illegal technique that almost snapped the brick, and I was not counting that. So we found a way that it did kind of work legally. We had these elements. So these 2x2 plates with the little Technic pinhole in the middle were just loose enough to pull forward, which got rid of the whole base of it. And then it was kind of similar to the UCS 8080. It was different enough that it didn't work just as is, and we did have to use that technique to free up the body of the 8080 anyway. But yeah, we tried doing it as legally as we could, and I think it works pretty well. Given what we were working with, we didn't do too bad. Right, 2 of you. Is the STAP the official set? It is not the official set. The official set comes out in June. Nope, sorry, scrap that. July the 1st. And I'm not on LAN, so I don't get any Lego sets early or for free or anything like that. So we're building this nice rainbow STAP, and this is based off the minifigure scale one, which is coming out July 1st alongside the big one. Big one's kind of a side build anyway, isn't it? We all like our minifigure scale builds. So this is 1:6 scale, or 216 times bigger. And I like the bigger number. So we're going to go with 216 times bigger. And it's proportional to all the Lego bricks rather than just simply 3D printing them at a larger scale. We're building them with Lego bricks, which is why we've gone for the colourful front. Make it a little different to the STAP. Opinion on the new slave one. Sorry, Starship. Yeah, we call it the slave one here. If Orison can call it the slave one, I think we can get away with it. You mean this new slave one? Or are you talking about the playset one? Because we have seen a playset one thanks to the Malaysia Father Day short, or the short story. And I think the playset scale one does look nice. I'm going to be picking that one up as well as building this one here when we hit 10k subscribers. 9.96, almost a 9.7 subscribers. We are getting so close to it. I know you're all just trying to wait for the playset scale, but if you would like to see me build it sooner than that, please do consider hitting subscribe. At 10k subscribers, we're going to be cracking it open live on the channel as well, right here on a live stream. So if you would like to see that, stick around, because there are some really good techniques. You have all been talking so nicely about this set, so you know, bigging it up, getting me really excited to build it, and we aren't too far off. Oh, far off building this set. So many plates in this set. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 in one step, and there's like 10 different versions as well. This isn't just 16 of the same build, because that wouldn't be too hard, not for a Lego set. Considering I'm pretty sure I've put 40 or something down before. I don't think much more than that. I haven't built the ship in the bottle that gets you to do like 100 of them. Not yet. I should try and join LAN. So I am still trying, yes. I know people have got in with, well, under 10k subs. So the longer we go, you know, the more likely it's looking. But nothing is guaranteed. I've been applying for, 2 or 3 years now. A few years to get onto LAN. But it wouldn't really change anything that's done on the channel. I'd just be able to build everything a bit quicker, wouldn't I? Thank you, Prime Spirit Gaming, for the subscription. And Boredom Bandit, welcome both of you to the channel. Isn't it in the background? This one, it's not the UCS set, no. This is the 20th anniversary set. Oh yeah, I tell you what, I forgot we were building these. I'm going to need to finish this at some point, but this is the 20th anniversary set that I've recolored to match Django Slave 1. So this is a little smaller, recolored to dark blue around the side and then a very bright green on the bottom here. We did have seismic charges on the back as well, and a 3-seat cockpit modification that fits Django, Boba, and I don't think we ever see anyone else in the cockpit. So we do have enough space for a visitor. Maybe we can get an Aura Singh, Django and Boba. Maybe get the 3 of those in the cockpit. Oh, we'll be needing a load of these. Best keep this one out. If we've got the space for them. Right. Yeah, so I am joining LAN. I'm still applying. I'm not stopping anytime soon. But don't worry, that wouldn't change anything that goes on here on the channel. From India. Hello there, over in India. How can you get Lego? Because if you import it, the transportation fee is expensive. That's a very good question. I assume perhaps too naively that there is some store that sells Lego over in India, but I honestly don't know. So if there's anyone else that does know, please do let us know either in the chat or if this is on demand, leave it in the comments and we can come back and check it. But I don't know. In India? Does Lego not operate in India? Oh, this isn't the same both sides. This is different. All right. I'm going to need that one and 1x1s. Hurry up and subscribe. Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to building it. I think the good thing with a Lego set is no matter when it does get built, it's going to be fun. Doesn't matter if it's today, tomorrow, yesterday. A Lego set, especially a UCS Lego set, really does stand the test of time. There are official Lego stores in India. Oh, still isn't cheap, don't get me wrong. But it might be a bit cheaper than paying the import fees. That's one thing I've got to sort out next, the tiles. Because at the minute they're all mixed up in their sizes, which isn't great when you're building a mock. Especially something like this base plate. You don't have to go with the pieces that Lego are choosing. I stick to the pieces because then I know how Lego wanted the set. And sometimes that can be a bit different depending on the tiles you use, especially for the bases here. Get the different patterns on them. But you can use whichever colours you want. Mix it up a little bit. Maybe you've got a few of these off the pick and build, in which case they're a lot cheaper to use. Oh, that's an orange one. It's not brown. But you can mix them up, which is the nicest part about Lego. As opposed to, you know, like a model kit. Could you imagine trying to use one model kit to build another model kit that aren't the same ship? Maybe we should do that at some point. The largest Lego store in South Asia is in India. Not bad. I guess the largest Lego store in Europe is still Leicester Square. Unless there is like a secret store that we don't know about. Or one under construction. Because the biggest is in Sydney. second biggest in London, and I can't tell you where the third biggest is, but I would assume it's either America or Europe. It's likely to be one of those two. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Is that odd? It is odd. It's 9 across. Oh, there's a scratch. Don't know if you can see that very well. But right at the tip of my finger, there's a scratch. Can we get it? Oh, you can kind of see it there. Don't know how that's happened. It takes a lot to scratch Lego bricks. Anyone else building any Lego? Oh, we've got the Ninjago set being built. Or are we all waiting for that August wave? That's going to cost so much. All those Star Wars sets coming out. I'm not going to be able to take it. Right. There you go. Lego need to start selling some sort of trays or something to hold. Maybe even to hold Lego instructions, but I was thinking more of the steps. Top 4 Lego stores: Sydney, Leicester, Shanghai, and Orlando. Oh. Been to one of those 4. Top 3 would be nice to visit. Nothing against Orlando. But if I'm doing top 4, I'd probably want to do top 5. One, two. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. I don't know what these rows are for. These rows of studs. Don't know. Guess we'll find out. Hello there, Chronic Gaming. You've been to the 4th. Nice. Been to Orlando. Maybe one day. Big old Lego haul. Still can't believe I walked out the Leicester Square store with nothing. I did have my passport to try and get some of the other, you know, like maybe the F1 stamp or any of the stamps that were going around, and completely forgot to get any stamps. I weren't picking up anything, but last time I went to Leicester Square, someone left a comment, very helpful comment, that the different stations, so like that F1, downstairs, upstairs, and if there's a make and take, they all have different stamps, and sometimes they'll spread them out across the store as well. So if you are heading to the Leicester Square store or any Lego store, keep an eye out for different stamps jotted around. You never know what you'll find. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, and 4. I'm swapping a few of the brown ones out for these tan. Don't think that'll look too bad. And that's just because we've got all the dark brown used for the staff as well. The New York store felt bigger. I think the London one feels biggest because something that I point out in the video when I'm walking around is the Sydney store looks, it looks too open. It looks too open because there's so much space on the floor, whereas the Leicester Square store has column, 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 which might be the same with the New York store. It might seem a bit bigger or smaller based on the layout, which there's a reason they lay them out, but I can't say I've ever been to 2 Lego stores that are identical. Even the one down south and the Stratford store were so close. They are the closest 2 I've seen, and they looked so different. I should try making a different time model from the 2021. Is that the mashup, or is that the one that we turned into an interceptor? That's the one that we turned into an interceptor. I did show it off. I'm not sure if there's instructions on there, but I did show that off on the channel. There are enough pieces in the wings to make, you don't need to modify the cockpit whatsoever. Just mix up the wings and you can make a TIE interceptor using the 2021 TIE. And you could probably also, if you can make an interceptor, you could make a Reaper. You might, with a bit of modification, be able to make a Defender as well. The fender would be fun. You'd have to change the cockpit for that. It'd be pretty simple once you get to an Interceptor. Switch up the wings and go on from there. Which minifigure is that on the wall? Which minifigure? On the wall. Which ones? The top ones? Down here? You have to be more specific. I have so many minifigures. There is a Nano minifigure. There is a Nano minifigure. Where is it? Just, oh no. She's fallen. I do have a Nano minifigure here, which is Leia on the Endor bike. Tiny, the only one I've picked up. But if you've managed to spot that all the way back here, I'd be very impressed. You're probably talking about the Nano bricks, aren't you? What's my local Lego store? That's a good question. I don't have a local Lego store. I mean, local Lego store, for all I know, could be over in France somewhere. I don't have a local Lego store. There's not one within, you know, like an hour's train journey. So, yeah, I'm afraid I don't have a local Lego store. Which minifigure on the wall in the back? Oh, not Grogu, is it? There is a whole wall of clones back there. All of those plastic hexagons are, all of them have little clone troopers in them. And then these figures up here, I have a few of the Builder minifigure ones. So here we've got the Santa Clauses. We got, I guess, Mr. Claus, Mrs. Claus, and like a child of the, like, little Claus, I guess, all in different outfits from across the last 3 years. We have more Christmas ones and then 2 Halloween ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. 6 groups of 3, even though they're only in 4 cases. The rest of them come in boxes. Where did the 2x4s? Oh, you know what? 2x6s might be easier. 2x6s, 2x3s. Do I have any of them? Ah. Yes. No. Kind of. Kind of, not really. Right. Well, we're not using those. Worth a try, right? And then we'll switch up to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll wing it. Let's try making a different TIE model. I've definitely done the Interceptor. I don't know how many of the other ones I've actually made videos on. But next time we get a TIE Fighter, I'm going to be going through it every time I can. Hello there, Noah. Which minifigure is that on the wall, in my wall? On the wall, in my wall. That one. That's the Mandalorian. And that's a brick that I dropped. It's a Mandalorian bag tag that I use, so I cut the top off, turned it into a magnet. Thought the New York store felt bigger. I think I've gone back here. The New York store didn't have any pillars. Maybe that's why it feels bigger. Because it's not got the pillars standing up in the way of it. It's not got the middle bits. That might be why. 1, 2, 3, 4. Any more? Right, let's go with dark brown. I haven't used any of those yet. And then another one. Another 2. Oh. Other than the mini lands, I feel like the Toronto and San Francisco stores felt similar. Oh, there's a few that feel, I guess there's probably a few that feel similar across the world as well, especially if you're looking across different continents. But I don't feel like any store is the same. They do them different enough. Maybe it's because it's just different teams that are running them. I find that very interesting. Made a TIE Advance. Oh, I did make a TIE Advance. I think I made a TIE Advance with a bomber. And I might have just broken that one down as well, which is why I remember that being behind somewhere. But I do like the TIE Advance. I quite like the TIE Bomber, mind you. They're both nice variants of TIE fighters. it's quite easy to make an A-wing. A-wings they're a straightforward shape. It depends what pieces you're using. July 26th is when the bricks and minifigures open up in Kitchener. Still none in the UK though, is there? Haven't gone worldwide just yet. I wouldn't mind one of those near me. I'll deal with that instead of a Lego store. Anyway, as long as there's some Lego near me. I don't mind where it's coming from. As long as there's some sort of Lego store. I feel like I'm using more grey than brown. They should have added that weird iron monster in the trash compactor. I feel like that's what this is meant to represent, but it's grey and it's also got a bit of red. Maybe this is just a wire. I don't remember the trash compactor too well, but the fact that it's just popping out on its own and doesn't have any sort of slopes makes it feel like it's some sort of character. Or have a little Dianoga poly bag to go alongside with this. Ain't in the magazines to tie it all together. Sorry, America, you don't get the magazines, but you'd be able to get it in a book or something down the line. So maybe that's a way Lego could do it. Include them in magazines and books. And then you don't need to pay more for the set. Because in a diorama, if they were adding a Dianoga in the diorama, they'd probably add a big brick built one that takes up like half the set. Ruins the whole play feature. I hope that is the nod to the Dianoga. View the closest is Bristol or Windsor. Windsor's not a bad store. The problem is you have to pay a ticket to get into the Lego store. You have to buy a Legoland ticket to get in. And I know if you're quick enough, they'll refund it. That's not the point. Why don't they put the store on the outside of I guess because then you wouldn't need to buy a ticket to go in. A lot of people probably go in for the gift shop and forget to refund their ticket. Yeah, it's a good marketing strategy, but it's not great, is it? Having to buy a ticket just to go into the Lego store. Can you imagine if all Lego stores started doing something like that? They wouldn't. But we've seen it with a few other stores. Buying a ticket to queue up. Queuing up's bad enough. There are usually some alternate Lego conventions. Yes, there are some non-Lego ones that travel around the UK. And though I'm yet to go to any, one day, maybe we'll bring the giant STAP or Grogu along as well. Though I'd much rather, for my first convention, I'd much rather be walking around than standing by a table. You never know, you never know. You might see me there one day. Running out of cans. Oh wait, grey. Yep. And there is the bow tie. What do you think? Doesn't really go with the blue, does it? No, it doesn't. Maybe we need to tell you what, the black would go better. You'll see it has a Lego minifigure shop, but doesn't do much good being house. But oh, fair. Yeah, it'd be nice if they went online, wouldn't it? There we go. Let's keep this somewhere safe. We don't want, last thing we need is 1x1 tiles all over the floor whilst I'm trying to sort out the rest of my desk as is. And how is this sticking up? Oh, we're tiling them off. What we got, snot bricks or brackets? It's at the perfect height for snot bricks. Perfect height for snot bricks. But it kind of gets in the way. Oh no, there's one tile. One. Let's not mess these up. Oh, great. What happened with the staff? What staff? The staff. These staff? The lightsaber? I did move the lightsaber actually from my background, funny story, because I kept knocking it over. I couldn't get past the drawers without knocking it, so that's now over in that corner. Out of sight, out of mind, and hopefully off the floor for most of the time. I should say when if I'm going, because you're going to all the ones near you. And you might see me. I'll definitely let you know if I'm going Windsor. Have a little meet and greet at Windsor. I'm sure the staff up there would love us for that. Could you imagine if all, what are we on? 9.69 subscribers, nearly 10,000 people just plan a trip to Windsor one day. I know that's not how YouTube works. I don't just send out a ping and you all come running. But could you imagine just 10,000 people queuing up at the gates? Oh, I'd be in trouble for that. Just legal reasons. I'm not saying we're storming Windsor anytime soon. I don't want to be blamed for any mishaps happening in the next coming weeks. It's not on me. 333. 333? It's nice. There you go. The black looks like sunglasses. It does, because you've got the frame and it fits. No, it doesn't. Kind of does. Kind of does. Okay, I can hold them up there and I can't see through, but there we go. It does work like sunglasses. Thing is, I can't properly see myself either, so I'm not going to be able to see what that looks like until the end of the stream. I hope that looks good. New profile picture right there. All right, 1, 2, upside down. That's why. 6, a 1 and a 2. No, a 6, a 2 and a 1. Ingots would go a long way on this. To have the worn down, because it's a trash compactor, so it's not going to be perfectly straight. I think the odd ingot would have looked nice, and I'm a fan of ingots as well. We don't get enough ingots in Lego Star Wars. There's an ingot. Wait, it's not meant to be in here. That go on that pile. Oh, I don't think I've got many greys left. If these were sorted by colour, I could just go in one tub and see if there's greys in here. There you go. Pick out a grey. Voila. Complete it. But no, they're sorted by part, because I thought that was smart a few years ago. It is for certain pieces, just not all of them. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 3. Oh, they're all at the bottom, that's why. Let's not forget my drink. Be missing that. Has Legoland had any big updates in the last couple of years? I've been once since they got rid of Star Wars, which is what, like 10 plus years ago now, they got rid of Star Wars. When the Disney park's gone. Have they had any? Oh, there was a new Ninjago land. I haven't been since the new Ninjago land. That would be a good time to visit. But there's got to have been more than just Ninjago. Thank you. I've had that mug. Oh, I don't know how long. A long time. A long time I've had that mug. With a Darth Vader on one side.
2018.
Star Wars. 2018.
For first Christmas.
So 7 years? 7 years. Not a chip, scratch, or even a stain on the bottom of it, is there? Cleaned up very well. And it's Darth Vader, so it's awesome. They added Mythica in 2021. Mythica. Oh, Mythica has popped up. Okay, I'm sure this isn't the Mythica. Oh, a parallel universe to ours. Wait, there were Lego sets of this. How old are the Lego sets? Oh wow, it reminds me of like Chima. I haven't seen a White Lion. Chima, it's also quite elves as well. If anyone knows the Friends theme of elves, they all seem to be Legoland exclusives, which explains why I haven't seen of these. Little unicorn, the piranha plants. the piranha plants are pretty cool. And people just taking photos of them. Oh, wow. That'd go well alongside the like typical pirates and castle theme. Mythica. I haven't seen Mythica. So that's something else that I'd have to... Is that still at Legoland? Journey to Mythica. It's still on their website. Yeah. It's still at Windsor by the looks. Brand new 4D movie coming February 2022. Okay, this might not be as new as I thought it was, but I'm going to have to go down a Mythica rabbit hole afterwards. Does remind me of elves. If I do, make sure I go on the Flight of the Sky Lion. There are life-size versions of the piranha plants. Awesome. That's definitely something that I have to look at. Hello there, Rafe. Welcome to the stream. You have a mug that's the shape of Vader's helmet. I have a Boba one, but can I remember where I put it? Probably away, because it was one of the Funko mugs, and it was quite fragile. It wasn't the best of mugs, but it looked pretty cool. It did look pretty cool. It just started cracking. No, all right, you're not coming out. Fine then. If you don't want to come out, I will leave you in there. Surprised how many 1x1 brown tiles I have. I don't know what I've had at some point that's had a million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We'll say like 25. 25, 30 1x1 reddish brown tiles. I don't know what I had at one point, but I'm thankful for it. And last but not least, nope, not you. Not you. You're red. You're red. You're brown. There we go. Now we got a little bit of design. We've got a 2-in-1. Wait. Would the glasses work this way? No, not really. All right, we've got sunglasses or a bow tie. So this set is retired. Let me fact check that. But yes, I do believe it is retired. Compactor. Oh, there we are. Yes, so although it does say free delivery in over £35. Is that new? Free delivery over £35. Have Lego reduced their free delivery? It was always 50 quid, wasn't it? Free delivery on orders above 50 quid. Free delivery over £35, it says on Google. What do we have to do to get free delivery over £35? Is that an insider's thing? I don't know. That'd be fun though. £35 ain't that much when it comes to Lego. It retired probably a year or two ago. I don't think this set is too old. It is a diorama. But by the looks of it, it's still selling for not bad prices across the internet. I think this probably sold retail in the ballpark around 50 to 70. You can get it for £50, £70, 98 on Amazon. Oh, okay, it's a bit expensive. But like I said, no exclusive pieces, and also no exclusive minifigures. Nice to see. Nice to see for a diorama. I thought that was the whole point of them, to get the exclusive minifigures, wasn't it? Although Dagobah doesn't have any exclusive minifigures because they're reused from the playset. Bespin Duel Luke doesn't have any exclusive. Vader's one in a million now, and Luke. Outside the magazine, didn't Bespin Luke come in another set? Or is Bespin Luke exclusive? Maybe Luke is exclusive. Maybe Luke is. I thought there was another set, but I can't think of it. If there is. If it exists, I don't remember it. How far am I building it? So bag 2, the instructions tell us, well, 38 out of 104. So just over a third of the way. Almost half of the way, honestly. Oh, 2 of these. Because I did build one of the bags just before the stream. So we should get this done in about an hour and a half. I don't think it should take any longer than that. These jumpers are annoying because I don't know if I should part them out by colour or tub them away as their part. There's not really another brick that functions like a jumper unless like I whack these in with the tiles, but then when I need a jumper or a tile, I can use them. I can use them instead of each other. I guess it's like whacking the corner plates in with the regular plates. I just feel like the jumper tiles are needed for a specific purpose. I shouldn't whack them in. Where? Oh. And you're going in the middle. Okay. Okay, so these jumpers here hide the door. The bright red jumpers, I'd like to point out, any piece hidden in a Lego Star Wars set is going to be a bright colour. They go in these holes back here. And there you go. It's in nice and secure. You flip it upside down. I don't want to move my hand. I'm not moving my hand. It holds. It holds nice and secure. It shouldn't. There's like 2mm gap in there, which is enough for it to slide out with ease. But for some reason, it stays in. And there also is a bit of gap at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, this brings it up to the wall with the 5th tile there. Because we've added the plate on the back. Very smart. Like that one. I'm sure that's not the last piece we're adding to these, is it? It is. Oh, and then we've got the door. Yeah, let's take this off for now. We'll put it back. It'll have its time to shine. But for now, we'll take it off. How did I get it? So I'm parting this out with parts from my own collection. I've been collecting Lego now for 20 years. So I have got not just these parts you see here. One drawer here. One drawer just down low. Actually, it's right here. So I can lean on it. One drawer there. I've got slopes tubbed up in. Basically, I've got a load of Lego bricks. So rather than spending 100 quid on a set that definitely isn't worth that much, I did want to build it. So I am raiding my parts bins for all of the parts needed to build it as we go along. And if you don't have a collection as massive as all this, count yourself lucky. It's a lot less of a hassle to sort through. But if you do want to try and part out some of the bricks, give it a go. Open the instructions and see what color swaps you can make as you're going through. Because I know this brown 1x4 brick, if you were in yesterday's stream, you'll know we do not have any more brown 1x4 bricks, excluding maybe one of them to show that we had that color in the first place. So rather than using a brown 1x4, I'm going to use some 1x2s, which are the only brown plates that I've got in this size, and stack them up to make the size of one 1x4. So we need 6 of them. There you go. Might not have a 1x4, we have 6 1x2s, and we can place these on the top of the plate, and you would, unless I told you, you wouldn't know the difference. You might be able to see a few of the different gaps between the bricks. If I move it fast, you can't tell the difference. That could be a just start Obi spinning it. That could be a 1x4 brown brick. We're going to cover it with other pieces anyway, so let's get on and whack the jumpers back. The jumpers, all in these different colors. Let's put this one back. We need more tiles. We're going to need more tiles in the next step. If we need more grey plates, yeah, and then I can grab some corner. All right. There we are. 1, 2. Could you imagine just... I got the power of Lego on my side. Remember when 3PO's printed arms and back printed R2? Yeah, they were both exclusive to this set right at the start. And then, where is R2? R2 has been roaming about. I've got a few 3POs over here. There's one of the 3POs without the dual molded leg. Why does this 3PO not have the dual molded leg? Did I have a duplicate of 3PO? Every other 3PO's got a dual molded leg. Maybe that was a spare one. And then R2 is here. Here's my back printed R2. Pulling along 3PO's head. So there's the back printing on R2-D2. There's 3PO head being dragged along like we see in Attack of the Clones. And then Han and Luke are just regular troopers. I remember everyone getting so excited because someone leaked that they were coming with arm printing, I think it was. Like, it's not too crazy to think name characters with arm printing. But it's quite funny looking back at it. And they're just regular troopers. Any other sets I'm going to stream build? All of them. Eventually. I've had a few requests. So if there's any set you'd like to see, be sure to, I was going to say shout it out. Be sure to drop it in the chat or the comments. And I'll add it to the forever growing list. It doesn't mean I'm going to build it in the next 10 years. There's a lot of Lego sets we got to get through. But at some point, I will perhaps need another set. If we build, we're not building a set every week. But if we were to build one set every week, would we catch up? Because Lego only release like 30 Star Wars sets a year. So we'd be doubling up. In like 20 years time, we've got to have caught up. Just broke a brown arch. Oh. Let's hope it's a bit easier to replace. Let's hope it's in a Lego set. Tell you what, George, I'll have a little look for you. You keep building. I'll have a look if Legos have any brown arches. Do they call them brown arches? They do, don't they? What's the coolest lightsaber? Oh, green. Green lightsaber with a black hill. It's my saber. Arch. Let's see if they've got any of the arches. Oh yeah, which arch? There's like a million of them. Have a little look on Lego's replacement parts. You might be able to order a brown arch in. Especially if it's only one that's broken. Maybe wait till you've fixed them all in and then see how many have broken, because brown, when one piece broke yesterday, we had 2 or 3 pieces back to back to back that ended up breaking. Hopefully you don't go through what we did. Tan, 1 brown. I think we're exhausting our brown, but we're not done yet. And then 1 grey. And this for the door. Ah, no. The Doctor Who Lego set is definitely one that I want to build. The TARDIS. The TARDIS is on my list. I was going to do it. I was going to build the TARDIS. Did I have all the pieces? I don't think I had all the pieces because I would have kept them bagged. I had most of the pieces parted out for it. And then, like 2 days later, Doctor Who come out and I had no idea until we were live. 5 minutes before we went live, there was a trailer for it. And here in the UK, we go live when Doctor Who is live. So there was no chance of me catching up on that till after the stream. But yeah, I was going to build it for the next season maybe. But I don't know if I can wait that long. Because I think the next season of Doctor Who's meant to be quite a bit away. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping there's some sort of special one and we get it again like next April. That'd be nice. Yeah. Can't wait for the new Doctor though. That's going to be interesting. Hello there, Sony Pod. No problems for being late. You're not late, you arrive perfectly. Wait, what's it Gandalf says? A wizard is never late. They arrive precisely when they mean to. That's the one. I should do a Moldy React series. I've done a few for members. I've reacted to my old videos, which have, they've been fun. Trip down memory lane for me. But, the content's so different. A few videos, most of them have been unlisted now, but there are still a few of them that remain. If you do want to go check them out, but you do so at your own cost. I am not liable for any damages. It's not that bad. Most of it's still Lego. Right. I guess I react to trailers still, don't I? Like when Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2 teaser comes out, I'm gonna have to react to that. Because that new season's meant to be in September. September. August, September. So we're getting the set about a month and a half beforehand. I wonder if we get the set before the trailer. No. Can't get the set before the trailer, can we? Can we? Lego Rebuild the Galaxy set before the trailer comes out? I assume they're probably going to release the trailer just before, or maybe just after. Maybe on the day, maybe August 1st, when Lego release 150 odd sets. They can then do the rest. Can you see the pink Mando? Yes. This one that my partner got for me. And it's got a little note on the inside. That letter reads, "To Grogu, love Mando." And then you've also got, "This is the way to my heart." Written around the bottom. I have a glittery pack of these as well that I bought for myself. Didn't give my fiance a chance to pick them up. I saw them day one, picked them up. And it's a good thing I did because they sold out the next day. And they're similar to this. They're the original trilogy ones though. So I don't have any more of these ones. Luke, Ahsoka, and Grogu. I might have been given Luke actually. I'm not sure. But this fills my Mandalorian space for my Star Wars timeline. It goes all the way from Phantom Menace with Qui-Gon, Attack the Clones with a Battle Droid, Jar Jar for Clone Wars, Maul for Clone Wars Season 7, Anakin for Episode 3, Wrecker for Bad Batch, Chewie for Solo, Kenobi for The Kenobi Show, Cal Kestis for Jedi Fallen Order, Merrin for Jedi Survivor, Ahsoka for Rebels, Proxy for Force Unleashed. It's not canonical, but I'd love for it to be headcanon. B2 Emo for Andor, Jyn Erso for Rogue One, Leia for New Hope, Han for Empire, Skywalker for Return. Item Versio for Battlefront 2's campaign, which was amazing. The excitement leading up, playing that campaign, leading up to The Last Jedi, even topped The Force Awakens for me. Mando for Mando, Boba for Boba, Thrawn for Ahsoka, Jod for Skeleton Crew, Snap, Kylo, and Darkseid Rey, who's just off the side here for the sequel trilogy. And there's 2 gift with purchases on top, so I'm not touching that. Just in case they fall, that's a lot of damage. You are not late. You are an hour into the fun. There you go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I might have a 2x3. Forgot about this when we were doing the stat. That we have the 2x plates. There we go. Hello there. Gush does things. Can you see the awards Luke Funko Pop? This one. The ceremony. Number 90. Look how I don't have duplicates of characters, do I? So I can't show you this compared to a modern day Luke. There's a few good Luke Skywalkers. The X-Wing pilot Luke. There was another Luke. I think they've done 2 or 3 new Lukes with the R2-D2 that we've got. And they look so different to this. But I have the Luke Skywalker medal. The Han Solo medal, which is a Celebration exclusive, this one, 1991, and we had to wait until 459. Oh, it did say it on the side. 459 for a Leia, and she's holding Chewie's medal. How fun's that? Pretty cool, right? And these are all holding up. Make sure we've got no 1x1 stuck to the bottom. They're all holding up the West Ham shirts at the back as well. I decided not to nail them into the wall, but instead go with the Funkos holding them up. Hey, 1x1s with a hole in. I don't think it matters. Hole or no hole. But yes, I think they are 1x1s with a hole in. And then 8 studs. 8 of them. The door wasn't that bright. And they're orange, not yellow. Yeah. Yellow I think would look too bright, wouldn't it? Yeah. Just a tad too bright. There we are. I don't actually remember there being lights on the door to the trash compactor. This is facing inwards, but I don't know why. Don't know why. Hello there, Rafe. I do remember you from the last stream. Yes, we've got a load of people coming back, which is nice to see. Familiar faces popping in for Lego builds and games alike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Definitely got a few of these off the pick and build wall. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did get these. The yellow ones I definitely did. Yellow ones and dark blue. For sure, they're off the pick and build wall. And it's the first piece we've needed from the drawer, isn't it? For those of you that missed it at the start of the stream, we've got a second drawer full of little pieces and odd ends like... Well, I definitely need to flip these bags upside down. So much easier to see them from underneath. Where are you? Go row by row to find them. There we are. These pieces. The half circles. And eventually, once I have a few more drawers added to my collection, it should be a lot quicker to pick out these bags because there'd be less drawers being filled. No, more drawers being less filled. More drawers being less filled so we can rummage through rather than have 2 units in 2 drawers. Be a bit more like 2 units in 8 drawers. Maybe a few more colours. Over time, as I expand, take these corner tiles for instance. The bag's like 2/3 full and they're all colours, every single colour. So once I've sorted out the rest of my parts, maybe there's a set that uses a lot of them. I've still got quite a few of the parts from the Invisible Hand that haven't been sorted out. And maybe there's a few new sets. Maybe I even grab some colours off the pick and build wall. And then I'll have to spread them out into different bags. Get the different colours spread around. 1, 2. And this door doesn't move? They stick the door down. Well, if the door doesn't move, why don't we just secure it? Oh, because no, it doesn't move. What? We stick it down here. Why do we do that? It looks like we needed 4 of this element, not 2. Good thing I have 2 more. Sometimes Lego do something, and you know we shouldn't question Lego really, because we'll be here all day. Sometimes they do something, and it doesn't make sense. Like studding down this door. Why can't we raise the door? That is the bottom of it. We could pull the door off, you might say. If we did, we've got this bar in the way. If we flip this upside down and had this clip on front, however, oh, we can't with the tiles down. I forgot I did that. But if we had this down here, look, we could pull this up and have them escape. I think the door does open inwards or outwards in the movie. It's just something that I think would be a little fun. Do I remember Lego Star Wars when you get all 10 mini kits and it'd be a small build? Oh yeah, then it would blow up in studs. I forgot that it blows up in studs. They build a little ship and then it just explodes. I quite liked seeing in, I don't think Star Wars really had somewhere you could display them all, but I quite liked it in the Lego Batman games when you could go into the vault and see them all displayed, all the different mini kits. I think they were the bigger mini kits, so not all of the mini kits, but you know, you had some on display, which was nice to look at. And then cross stud. Oh yes, I got one of these, and it might be in here. Nope, up here. There it is. 1 by 1 in corners. All I need now is for that to fall. Please don't. You know what? I'm going to put it down 1. Just be a little safer. Hello there, Anthony. You could see them. Whereabouts could you see them on Lego Star Wars? Oh look, we've got a little arrow pointing down. It's like a little roadworks ahead. And then we need the back sides as well, which are in the other tub. We are. Not just one for slopes, one for everything. Well, everything that doesn't fit behind me, including the car parts, which is kind of what I call them. They're parts for the underside of the car. I've got most of these from cars, and we've got a big track wheel, bonnet, little engine blocks in there, and cockpits, and some dishes. And then these secure the door in even more. The door's not going anywhere. Lego, the door's not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about it. They're really locking this in though. Oh, we got some Technic in the next bit. Okay, that's smart. I'm alright with that. I mean, again, wall's not going anywhere. But as a diorama, it's not quite a playset. I don't think Lego class these as anywhere near the UCS set level. They're not 18 plus sets. So they want to lock them in like a playset in case it's knocked off the shelf. We've all done it. We've all knocked a Lego set either off a shelf, off a desk, or just dropped it. We've all done it. And Lego have got our backs in this instance. This once. It wasn't there when you needed it, but it's there now. In the Complete Saga, it's outside the cantina. It is. Yes, I forget about that. Where the tractor is and everything, isn't it? And in Lego Star Wars 1, you could see them outside at Dex's Diner. It wasn't brick built, was it? Dex's Diner. It was like the cantina in Complete Saga. Because otherwise, I'd have to brick build that. Although Dex's Diner must have been brick built in the Complete Saga. Maybe I could brick build it. I still want to build the modular diner for the city modular buildings. I think that could work as Dex's. Need to modify it heavily, but it would work. 1, 2. Play the old ones. It hasn't been too long ago, has it? I keep saying that. It's not been that long ago. No, Complete Saga didn't have Dex's Diner. It was in the old games before they merged them. For those of you that don't know, Complete Saga was sort of a 2.5 because we had Lego Star Wars 1, which was it the prequels that came first, and then Lego Star Wars 2, which had the originals. Complete Saga was a new home screen for both of them, and then we had Force Awakens. I might be missing one there, and then the Skywalker Saga, which is like Lego. Oh no, we had the Clone Wars. We had the Clone Wars. That was fun. And then we had Complete Saga, Clone Wars. Then we had the Force Awakens, and then we had Skywalker Saga. I think there's 5, 6 if you include Complete Saga as one of them. Which, I don't know. Same story as the first 2, with one lobby. I was moving your UCS 8080 yesterday. I'm not sure I want to finish that. I know where this is going to end. The panel's going to fall off. Moving the UCS 8080 yesterday, one side panel fell off. One of them isn't that bad. I thought both of them were going to fall off. I've seen a few horror stories on that. That and the Falcon, the UCS Falcon. No one wants to move that either. Need to rebuild it. Well, you can rebuild it as you're watching along, but I haven't rebuilt, I don't think, a set that's broken too much. Usually if it's broken, like a panel isn't too bad, but that's more than I've ever had. Usually a section falls off, I clip it back on and it's done. Anything that breaks down more than that, I break it down even more and part it out. I don't go through the effort of rebuilding everything. Well, I would, but from scratch. So far, the back has got another connecting beam, which has a little Technic gap in it, which lines up with the first ones that we put on the back. There we go. 2 axles. Where are they? 2 axles on the back here, either side of the columns, and they line up with where the wall holes are. Definitely going to be an axle through there, but I think we've got a little arch to build over here first with a lot. Oh wow, a lot of snot bricks. We're not snot bricking all of this, are we? No, Lego. If we're connecting it with Technic, well, this is not have a go at Lego Day, despite what it sounds. But come on, if we're connecting it with Technic, why would we be putting snot bricks behind them? Or vice versa, if we're connecting them with snot bricks, maybe that's a preference. Why Technic? This just feels like a lot of elements that aren't necessary. Not for this build. Oh, where are the 2x2s? Are they unsorted? Oh no, they're just sorted far away. Has anyone built this set yet? Perhaps this isn't exactly what I think. It'll be a 20-minute repair. Hopefully it won't take too long. These line up, and then this is off-center. Oh no, there's 2 of them. It's not off-centered, there's 2. This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them. This is a prime example of switching out pieces. If you don't have 2 of the 1x3 jumpers, use 3 1x2 jumpers instead. That'll look nice. Right, let's get a little bit more light in the room. And then I split up all of these hinge bricks. These are the top ends of the doubles, top ends of the singles, and then the actual brick pieces, because I found Star Wars uses a lot of these for greebling. Not just with the slave one on the back of that, which is the one that comes to the top of my mind, but also generally greebling, you know, side of the Falcon, I can see that being used. Turbo tank, I can see it being used. ATTE, I'm pretty sure Lego have never used it for an ATTE, but I can see it being used for the ATTE just because greebling, you know, just because it would work. Oh, corner brick slope 2x2. They're trying to make it look fancy. All right, I'll let it happen, and then I'll critique this once we've built it. Do I remember the Escape the Death Star set? That's the one with Luke and the utility belt, isn't it? With a little mouse droid. I built that one. I didn't buy that set. I already had the pieces to build it. So whilst waiting for, because it must have been a summer release. If I knew I was getting the other set, I must have had some money saved or something to go towards it. But I wanted to get the Kenobi set to go alongside it. I think I really like the Gunner, which was one of the main reasons for picking that one up. And to go alongside it, yeah, I had already built, mocked together an early version of that. And as far as I remember, it didn't look half bad. Would it hold up to today? If I could ever find an image of it, I'd have to share it, because I don't think it would hold up to my quality today. But it'd be fun to have a little look at. But yes, the Escape the Death Star set. Luke might have even come with Leia. Maybe. 2. Maybe this isn't for the top of the arch. It's a bit too wide for that now. Oh, I tell you what, nice greebling. The actual, oh no, the greebling's there. The actual greebling I thought was hidden. 1, 2, and 6. 8. I miscounted. 8. An 8 does look like a 6. Of these 1x1s. How about no? Let's not use those. Where's the new brick? Let's use the new brick. Yes. Any chance? Remember that brick that I was destroying anytime it brought up for the last... Since January. Since January, the first half of the year, I was going in on this brick anytime I could. It's the 1x1 by 2/3 snot brick. And I didn't like it. I didn't like Lego's use of it. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I never had any problems with the brick, but I didn't like Lego's use of it until there was the Kaminoan set. Oh yeah, there was my little... I've still got that built. I've still got my Imperial command station that uses purely this snot brick to support the entire thing. There's a video on that as well. I won't talk too much. But 6 months later, I now love this brick, and I'm replacing every snot brick with this element where I can, including the trash compactor diorama. It's not safe. It's not safe from being replaced. We'll get rid of the old and bring in the new, because Lego with this one element has just removed at least 2-3 other snot bricks. They're now useless. And that's a solid point. It's better to use these elements than it is to use the old pieces, even when you're building Lego instructions. The only case I can think of is in an example where the bottom studs aren't supported. Then maybe, just maybe, I'll concede to using the old bricks. But even then, there are ways of supporting these that you can use when building up. And most of the time, if these aren't supported, they're not necessarily necessary either. Oh, speaking of, I watched Piece by Piece earlier on today, and in Piece by Piece, it's a fun movie. I really did like it. My expectations weren't very high, and I was pleasantly surprised after watching the movie. Doesn't drag on either. It's a really nice documentary movie, but there is a Spock reference in there. Now, it's a Lego movie. There's no real ties to Lego besides the rocket, which doesn't feature in the movie. Fun fact. I was waiting to see that. Even in the credits, no sign of it. But Spock shows up. And for a while now, we've been rumored to be getting a Star Trek set. Do you think this could be teasing some sort of set in the works? It would probably be a midi-scale Starship Enterprise, and there won't be any actual minifigures. Spock in the show is brick built, but I thought it was funny with the rumors for a future Star Trek set possibly in the works that we got a look at Spock in Piece by Piece. Piece by Piece is, yeah, it's a documentary movie about Pharrell Williams and stars basically everyone Universal had under their belt that Lego could have used, because it's the only thing that's come out with a Lego Universal contract. No anything else. All the other things that Lego could have done, and nothing ended up coming out. But it's nice to see it wasn't a waste of a contract, you know. They put it to good use. And yeah, if that's the sort of thing you enjoy, worth the watch. Is that a new super chat from Unbreak Me? Oh, thank you. I remember your super chat from yesterday as well. Still king of Lego Technic. Yes, you are. No one's fighting that, are we? No one wants to have a super chat battle? Super chat. Thank you so much for your donation. There we go. And look how stripy. I mean, it's going to be covered. It is going to be covered by these slopes. Look how stripy that looks. Some pipe work. You just can't beat it. You can't beat it. I'm in love with this brick in a Lego way, and there's just no convincing me otherwise. What is this? Oh, a 2x4. 2x2. I always get twos, and actually I just get the number 2 confused with everything. There's no pattern. And this is a printed 2x2, which is the same that we get in the ATM6 of the Gorilla app. A printed piece. And this is the screen that 3PO is looking at, isn't it? And this clips in just as we expected. 9.7! Awesome! Thank you so much for 9.7 thousand subscribers. One step closer to 10k, where I will be disappearing. No, I'm not disappearing. You're not getting rid of me that easy. We'll be building the UCS Jango Fett Slave 1. You all know by now, but I'm excited. Any chance to bring out this box? I tell you what, 9.7, you now get to see the back of the box too. I show off the front enough. Look at that. Exclusive Jango Fett as well, which is nice. As well as the stickers, the exclusive cockpit, there might be a few recolors, especially in that olive green. I can see Lego recoloring a few pieces just for that set. And honestly, never using them again. I'll have to check out the old Slave 1, see if they did the same thing there. But thank you for 9.7. And with two elements, very similar to the piece that we had stuck in the AAT. Let's see where these ones are. Because that one, oh, here we go. Very similar to the piece stuck in the AAT without the stud. This brings us to halfway through and the end of bag 2. What was it, like 30 minutes ago? Oh, we can do this in like another hour and a half. A third of that time later, we're just finishing the first bag of the string. And a third through the rest of this set. No, there we go. Nice and smooth. And now that's solid. Technically, you could probably pop it off the studs, but that is pretty solid. Back doesn't look too nice, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Not quite glasses anymore, more like binoculars, especially with a little screen on the back. And now we've got to be working on the walls. Bag 3 introduces Luke and Leia, Stormtrooper Luke, the little short for Stormtrooper, and also the left wall. Remember that. Pretty sure it's the left wall. Hello there, Raven. Hello there, Daniel. Welcome both of you to the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12's the farthest brick we can fit in a drawer. These drawers are 12 by 6 by 6 plates tall. The big drawers are. Each of their sections, they have a section front and back. So technically they're 12. Are they 12 by 6 or 12 by 8? Oh, 12 by 8. So they're 12 by 16 by 6 plates on their side. You can fit quite a few in here. But any brown? No. So 6s it is. Do we have any left from yesterday? Did I not put those ones away? Oops. Nope. Didn't put those away. Please don't break on me. 1, 2. That's all we need so far. And we need you. Ooh. Tell you what. It's getting a bit hot. Let me open a window. There we go. As long as it ain't noisy, that's no problem. 1 by 8. Completely forgot about my drink. Not bad. It's cold, but it still tastes nice. Then the corners, I love this corner element because it's so underused. I used it in my Mustafar mock, and it's these pieces. These 2x2, 4x4s with a 2x2 cutout section. They do link in as well if you need like a 4x6. Well, you could just use a 4x6. But they're so underused, undervalued. How am I going to connect these? I don't think a 2x2 is holding this. Maybe. Heat wave across Ireland and Britain is mad. It is. It's sweltering. I do have a fan just below me, but not on me to stop the fan just being the star of the stream. Stealing the mic. Yes, it's very hot. Too hot. Way too hot. Have I completed the speeder? Not yet. We're going to be finishing it Tuesday. Oh, it's Grogu. We're going to be finishing it off Tuesday, getting the top bit done. And then I'm still thinking on whether I should build the battle droid some point later next week or print it and build it next month. Because I would like a battle droid finished. And I don't want to rush it. We've got like a week and a bit left of this month. By the time we've built it, we're going to have less than a week. So rather than rushing any speeder build, I think it's safe to print one, 3D print one, so that it fits and I can show it off. And we are working on another battle droid upscale build next month. So then we can work on upscaling the battle droid and building it properly. 2x8, 1x4s. We're going to need to do this both sides. Probably not. We'll probably have a different pattern. So I'm not going to double this, but I'm going to keep some of the pieces out. And then we need a 4 and an 8. That is a brick, a 4 and an 8. Neither of which are over here. 4 and an 8. Lovely. Only need one of each. Well, hopefully we need more. As I've got these ones. We need less of the others. In the US, that my teeth didn't like that. I think I cracked it. I didn't snap it. So what I'm going to do instead is work from the top. What I've noticed is the brown bricks don't break as much if you work from the top. So we'll ignore that one. That didn't happen. And there we are. Here, so it's 35 degrees Celsius. The problem is as well, on top of the temperature, no matter where you are, is humidity and, well, just everything, isn't it? Heat isn't great. Not a big fan of heat. But humidity can feel worse. Can make it feel better or worse, depending on where you are. Like, it's been hotter than where I am now whilst I've been in, say, Spain. But Spain is a different atmosphere. Spain, the heat's lovely. I'm not too fussed with the heat over there. It's the heat over here that I don't like. That's the worst part. Haven't sorted you out yet. You're coming with me. What do I need? More 2x8s? Oh yeah, one more. To be precise. That looks nice. Hey, we've got the Belgian flag, haven't we? Which way's right for you? That way? And okay, the Belgian flag isn't grey, so maybe it's not perfect for the Belgian flag, but it's close enough. Yeah, it's way too humid. Is there any part of the UK that isn't humid right now? Looking to move? If General Grievous was going to fight me, which 2 Jedi would I pick to protect me? Great question. Oh, Anakin. Kenobi? No, that's an easy answer. All right, my answer is Anakin Kenobi, but let me think of 2 other Jedi. I think... I don't know if I'd want Ahsoka. I mean, it depends on what Ahsoka. Last time Ahsoka fought Grievous, she was quite early on in her Jedi career. So she rushed Grievous and almost died trying to take him out. Maybe Plo Koon. Plo Koon would be handy. Legends with the lightning. against Grievous, a cyborg, lightning is a great skill to have. And then, which other Jedi? Topless Kit Fisto to call back to earlier on to the stream. I don't even remember exactly what that was about, but yeah, there you go. There's the two Jedi. Obi-Wan makes sense, doesn't it? With Kenobi's fight on Utapau. You like about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 Celsius. I feel like 15's nice for like a thin jumper. Chilling outside, that is quite nice. But my body, unless it's humid, humidity my body does not deal well with. But anything that isn't too humid, my body's fine. Hot, cold, I tend to balance out very well, very well. So it's, wait, if you're being pulled and pushed, you can be grey. Yeah, I've been quite lucky with my genes. Don't know where they come from, but when it's too hot, I cool down. When it's too cold, I warm up. In the winter, we always laugh, in the winter, my legs are like furnaces. We'll come back from a walk and I'll wear shorts because, you know, I wrap up top half, my arms get freezing, but my legs are never really cold. Shorts all year round me. But when we come back in, my legs are so warm. I just tuck myself up in a ball and heat myself up. Don't need a radiator. Didn't know Plo had lightning. Plo Koon has yellow lightning. It's called Force Judgment because Jedi can't have Sith lightning. That's not a Jedi ability. So yeah, they call it Force Judgment. And I think it's like a weaker form of lightning, but it is lightning. And in the comics, you know, seeing that yellow lightning is awesome. For Plo Koon, nice. 1, 2, 3. Again, do we need 3? Can we cut it off with a grey? Let's see if that affects anything. 1 for later, 1 for now. Yeah, Plo Koon's awesome. And also the fact that everything Ahsoka does, we kind of had to attribute to Plo Koon because Plo Koon brought Ahsoka to the temple. Just saying. That's another tick for Plo Koon. Plo and Kit. Oh, I didn't know Kit had judgment, or if that's Plo Koon's the best and Kit. But I assume Kit Fisto had Force Judgment, which is nice. Can't deal with heat at all. It's not nice. It's not nice. Let's put you... We said left, didn't we? And how do we hook this in? So that's fitting the left side, fitting the right side. And, oh, look, it closes in around it. Oh, that's going to be awesome. All right, it doesn't want to come out. Stick it out for now, and then we'll build in the frame, I'm assuming, afterwards. Same problem I had with my frames for some of my moving parts on my dioramas, my custom dioramas. You need to have a little hole in it, or a little flatter bit, I guess. Not particularly a hole. Maybe a cheese wedge would be better. Yeah, cheese wedge would be better sloping up to it. Plo Koon and Kit Fisto team up. Surely that's got to have happened already. Has it? Can someone see if Plo Koon and Kit Fisto have teamed up at all? Kit did almost defeat Grievous after... So was that season 1? The fight with... Can't remember, Kit's Padawan. That was, wasn't it? Season 1? Early on? Early doors. So we shouldn't really be surprised with what happens in Clone Wars after that. Rip to Grievous's pet. And 1, 2... Oh, same pieces as earlier. Nice callback, Lego. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. What's my favourite clone? They can't be 501st, 212. Personally, Your all-time favorite is Plo's clone, Wolf. Yes, Wolf's a good one. I like Doom. I like the Doom, Doom Commander Doom and the Doom Legion. A lot of them. I do like Doom. Something about the colours as well. They're the ones with Tiplar and Tiplee. I think that whole arc is interesting. Very interesting. It tips Clone Wars on its head. Well, it tips Revenge of the Sith on its head. Wolfpack. A load of love for the Wolfpack. Oh! Rafe, when did Plo and Kit team up? Yes, please, let me know. And then some more sides. They're beefing these out, aren't they? I remembered last minute where I stored these. Well, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll get you later. This reminds me of Mustafar. It feels like I'm building a Mustafar mock with that giant column with the different layers on it that then falls down. How big would this Mustafar mock be? Doom, Wolf and Gree. Oh, I tell you what, I do like Jek. So Gree's almost second in command, I think, was Jek. Jek goes with Yoda throughout the entirety of the Clone Wars, all the way from Ambush up until Revenge of the Sith, and barely anyone notices. Jek has been through so much, basically since early days of the Clone Wars. Maybe not the start, but early days. Jek was one of the clones in Ambush when Yoda gets stranded with 3 clone troopers. 3 of the red clone troopers, well, slightly red detail clone troopers, phase 1s at the time. Jek was one of the 3. I think Legends Jek was at the Battle of Geonosis, but canon continuity has blurred the lines quite a bit. We have no idea who was where. And these plates are way too big. They should be 2 plates smaller. In the theme song of the clone... Oh, in the introduction! Oh! Alright. I wonder if we've got an expanded like comic run of the 2 of them just running around, you know, teaming up, doing what they do best, which is a lot. Force judgment in all over the place, judging the separatists. That's how they won the war. Judgment. The droids couldn't take it. Right. Not that bad. I still need to speed build the shredder bike. I haven't replied to half of those comments, but you found the shredder bike that I speed built all the way back in like 2012 at Legoland. I've got to try and set the record, but I want to do the full set, not just the skateboard, the entire set, and see how fast I can go. Set the internet record. Want to hold that. I feel like Rex was too liked. Almost everyone you'll say Rex. Rex is a popular clone, isn't he? Yeah, I don't know if I'd say Rex is too liked. Rex is very liked. Almost too liked, isn't he? Most people you'll ask will say Rex is their favourite clone, but I also feel like the show sets Rex up to be your favourite. Perhaps if they'd only watched the original Clone Wars, they'd have a different opinion. Because, well, Rex isn't in there, but also because the clone troopers are more like the original Boba Fett. You don't get too attached. Oh, so close. So naturally he can't be your favourite. I find that especially when it's a popular character like Kenobi Anakin earlier, I gave that as an answer and then I gave a less common answer. So I think Rex can still be your favourite, but you should have a second one backed up just in case. Rex is your favourite, but you also like Doom, Gree, Wolf. Wolf's quite a popular one as well. And I don't know why Wolf's popularity has surged in the last couple of years. Doom and Gree would have gotten more screen time. There's still more time. There's still more time. They have the files for the characters. They could do a little spin-off show. Gree can pop up again. I don't want to spoil too much for the, later on. Don't want to give too many characters plot armor. But yeah, Doom's one of the characters that can pop up again. All right, Lego. That's it. I'm getting ingots out. Wait, didn't we have one ingot that I threw back here? Yeah. I'm going to get some ingots out for the back of here. I think the ingots are going to look so much better. I can't keep tiling off with 1x2s. I am putting my Lego foot down and I'm getting my ingots out. This is something I would like to remind you when you're building your own Lego sets. You don't have to follow the instructions. You want to put down some ingots, grab your ingots, go wild. Because Lego instructions, my mock instructions, any of you that have purchased my mock instructions, shout out to you, because most of the time you modify, you tweak, you make it your own, which is the point. The instructions don't want you to go, too far off to the point you don't need them. But definitely make it your own. Add as many parts as you want. And hopefully now I've got enough of these grey ingots to fit. So I don't think I've got too many ingots in here. There we are. Look at the ingots. They look so much better. Wish Doom. Fives. Yes, fives. Fives is another... I don't think fives is as popular. I think given fives position... Yeah, given fives position and how much story fives gets, I'd go to say fives is actually underrated. Repair complete, but that was more than 20 minutes. Always is, isn't it? Always ends up being longer. But what I could do... Come on. Maybe I could do half ingots, half tiles. That way we've got ingots showing up on the front and then tiles showing up on the back. Best of both worlds. And I don't need to find more ingots. I know I hit a load of ingots around. Well, I know there's a load of ingots, light bluish grey ones, on the Star Destroyer. But we want dark bluish grey. And then we said this was that one. So the back works. 1, 2, 3. Does this close in? It does, doesn't it? Oh, it doesn't. Not the way I thought. I think we might have a gap along the side here. Could you see? If I line that up, we've got little gaps in the side. Oh. Or are they going to add an extra brick on top of this? No, if we want this flat, they'd have to add more plates or tiles. We're getting onto tiles now. Not the 2x in grey. 2x4, 2x3, 2x2. 2x Also wish Heavy would have lasted longer. Domino Squad in general. What do we get, like 2 episodes? 2 episodes with them? I wish we got more. But I'll be completely honest, if we did have it my way, we wouldn't have had any screen time for anyone else. We would have just got, same old clones followed around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do have them out. More clones. I think we just need more clone shows. Ooh, I like the pattern coming down. One, two, three. 2. Maybe another. Whoa. Should have flipped it. No, that works. That works as a nice mark on the wall. And then we do have 2 plates. And more of the sides. Even more. So they are filling the gap. Okay, Lego, you're forgiven for everything. Everything. Everything I've complained about today. The fact that these line up is going to be so satisfying. Always looked up the bottom of your Lego containers. The stuff you need is always at the bottom. It is. And the funny thing is with these Ziploc bags, from the top, all you can see is the extra bit of Ziploc bag, which sticks out just about, but you know, it flattens down as it's closed. So I look at the bottom to see what bags we've got. Still got my water. I'm drinking. Make sure we're staying hydrated, especially in the UK. If the US is even hotter and you're in a humid part, make sure you're drinking. Hi, Benny. Hello there. I actually built the set in 2 hours. Should I try? We've got 8 minutes left and we're bag 3. So we're almost 3/4 of it. Should I try and build it in 8 minutes? We'll try. I don't know if we'll get it. One way to find out. Oh. Oh no, it's going to cost us. That wrong draw. That one lone wrong draw. What do we need? 8. Oh, also, yeah, this just fell in my modular building. I was saying earlier, I am going to look at rebuilding that. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 2 more. But I don't know when. I don't know when. Keep an eye out for that video. Why 8 minutes? We've been streaming for 1 hour 52 minutes so far. So for me to complete it in 2 hours, plus that would be cheating. I started it off stream. I did a quarter of this off stream. So I think by default, by default, I haven't won. Haven't beaten 2 hours. But then there was that Amazon page, wasn't it? That said Mos Eisley got built in 2 hours. I don't believe that. 2 hours for the UCS Mos Eisley entire build. Now that's impressive. I think on this channel, building anything sub 2 hours is impressive. Even like a little battle pack. I can talk long enough for a battle pack to take more than 2 hours. Easy peasy. Just whether I'll remember what I'm doing by the end of it. 1, 2. Nice having the side down there though. I can stack. 1 grey. 1 brown. Still got browns. Still. And there's the wall. We've got 3 connectors at the bottom, which were over here, weren't they? Did I already pick them up? No, we used them on the back. And they were a different colour. They must have been black on the back. Oh, like bluish grey. And now we're using them dark bluish grey. Not bad, getting a mix of colours. And then we've got to put them on before we slide it in. And we don't have any gaps. They're going to have thought of it all. Look how tight that is. That is squeezed in there. Can we do it without... There's a wobble in it. You can see that, can't you? The wobble, pulling it back and forth at the top. And that goes all the way in. It lines up, but it does have a little wobble in it. Seasons 1 to 7, they're my favourite Clone Wars seasons. They're the best ones. And then 2 bigger than this. So 12, which again is the biggest we've got, biggest we can fit. So we'll grab 2 for this side, 2 for the other side. And that should save us coming back. But I'm sure we're going to need something else. Just saves us coming back for these. One less trip. And more of the 1x2 greebling on the back. Okay. Okay, Lego running through my parts here. Oh, talking about SpongeBob. I missed that. Gotta say, SpongeBob is a great show. How many seasons have they got of SpongeBob? Much more than 7. Imagine Clone Wars running for more than 7. Like, Clone Wars wouldn't work because it is primarily about the journey of Ahsoka and the wars in general. But imagine a spin-off show that just follows every season is a new batch of clones. They don't even have to follow the same character. SpongeBob, CT SpongeBob. But every season, maybe even every episode, is a new set of clones, and we have a different story. Unlimited stories, isn't it? Right, let's make sure I didn't miss anything else. Yes, it is very, very humid. It's getting bad. 90 degrees outside where you live. Let's hope you're not in the UK, because if that's Celsius, you're on fire. Actually building outside because it's too hot inside. That's a good idea. Have a little outside build. Oh, I like the sound of that. I've read outside. I don't think I've ever built outside. Still got that little wobble there. That would be nice. Mos Eisley in 2 hours. Yes, I don't know. And that wasn't like a review we saw on Amazon. That was the official, I think it was the frequently asked questions or something. And the Lego Amazon page, probably more so Amazon than Lego, responded with 2 hours. That's crazy. For a UCS set, 2 hours. Just got your Count Dooku for 65. I'd love a Dooku set for 65. Maybe you wouldn't, having just paid that for the figure, but the old figure's going to be worth it no matter what. We could get a new Dooku tomorrow that looks nearly the same. And that Dooku minifigure's still going to be worth every penny. Only got a slight arm crack on it. 65 ain't bad then. Because the arm crack can be replaced, can't it? Even came with a chromed curved hilt. Oh, that's the only hilt I don't have. One day, I'll have to buy it in person. I'm not buying it online. Same with the Windu blade. But one day we'll get it. Would I rather play Purge Troopers or Death Troopers? See, Purge Troopers were still clones. Whereas Death Troopers were never clones. So I'd say Death Troopers. I feel like clones, no matter the circumstance, are going to be harder. Because they have been trained and bred for war. That'll be a hard one. 100 degrees? Do you have anyone that can top 100 degrees? And no, volcanoes do not count. If you're watching this outside a volcano, that's something. Wow. SpongeBob has 13, but 10 is where it falls off. Have you watched the new SpongeBob movies as well? Because I've seen there's the SpongeBob movie and the Plankton movie. I haven't watched either. Neither of them. So, yeah, if either of them are good, I'll add them to my list. I'm burning through movies right now. Jude Brown, of course I remember you. I remember remembering you yesterday as well. Oh yes, we need the 1x2s on the back, or the 2x4s, which would be a bit more solid. Maybe 1x2s in the middle, 2x4s on the outside, just to mix it up. Because sometimes you use so many of the same element. If I spin this, you can see what I'm doing, and I can see what I'm doing. Oh, wrong side. Sometimes you can use too many of the same element, and it looks less like greebling and more like you've just piled it on. If we did the same for these two top and bottom, I feel like it might become too repetitive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14. 14 of them might be just too repetitive. I actually have enough to do 14. So let's get these grey panels instead. Hard to put on when you're not seeing them. And that just adds that little difference. We get a different pattern, top and bottom, still symmetrical. Where is it? There we go. So we have 2 of those at the top, 2 of those at the bottom. And it switches it up a little bit. We still pull this off. And these are the same elements that are on the Slave 1, the bigger ones. And that slides right in. Easy as anything. SpongeBob, yes. 13. Just put together your Darth Vader castle set with all the figures. Still want to get around to building that with the Dark Falcon. Vader's Mustafar castle. 203 in Phoenix, Arizona. I think Moonshoes might win this one. Pushing just past 103. Owen right behind with the over 100. The SpongeBob movie's pretty good. Alright, they are on my list now. I will be watching them. What am I building? I am building the trash compactor, which does match the garbage. I'll show it off once we've built the other side, because bag 1 built most of the base, bag 2 built the behind, bag 3 so far has built this side. I think we're also going to tile off this final side and maybe work in the middle. Should I take this off? Have we got more work to do on this side? Oh, we've got some Technic beams to whack in that side. That's not going to fit with those, is it? Do we put anything in there? Is that just pure decoration? Pure decoration. Why have they decorated it like that? What have we got? The Technic tube plates. Oh, we could switch it up with 1x2s. Yeah, we could. We've already done a little bit. Here we are. So I guess this is the pipe work either side. We never see the back of the doors, so Lego have been able to run a little wild with it. Do what they want on the side. Which is exactly what I'm doing. You know me by now. We're going to be putting our own Technic spin on it. Because we could have the pipe running the whole way up. But again, like I said, too much of any sort of piece for the greebling is going to make it look too busy. We need an underside tile piece that is just a round off piece like that. Or do we put it in the middle like that instead? Again, very centered towards the middle, all this Lego greebling. But wouldn't the pipe work be centered towards the middle? There you go. There's my little spin on it to keep it empty. And now we are doing the middle. Right, let's put you to the side with Grogu. Would I rather get a new Palpatine's Arrest? So we're looking at Dooku, B2s, Kenobi, Anakin, Palpatine, or a set with Director Krennic? Oh, I'll be honest, both minifigures are quite easy to custom between Dooku and Krennic. The big pull would be who's coming with Krennic. Are we getting Galen Erso? Because I'd take Krennic. I'd take Krennic for Galen Erso. But Dooku, I would love a Dooku, an official Dooku. And I've got a few Dookus now. Palpatine's Arrest is too good to give up for Krennic. I don't think you would. I don't think most of you would be happy if I didn't pick Palpatine's Arrest. For the community, I have to pick Palpatine's Arrest. Do I want to know a fun fact about Django? Go on then. Turned arrest into rest. Palpatine's rest. Palpatine's nap. Nap right there. If you want to see a Lego duck, check out my Lego Store Adventure, Mehmet. Because there is a massive Lego duck in that. Little duck jump scare, if I say so. Top the temperature. Just watch your dog. Okay, you've just watched your dog dig a little hole and then sit in it. That makes sense, George. I did not read that. I read you just watch your dog die a little hole and then sit in it. I was wondering where that was going. No, dig a little hole. The burns on that dirt, the scorch marks. You know Back to the Future? If you don't know Back to the Future, the DeLorean goes into the past and leaves these burn trails. That's the dog digging right there. Smoke coming up from the ground. The sound effect jump scared. Second time now. Second one I've hidden. You gotta be ready for that next duck. Every time. As long as I don't forget, every single time. Gotta be on your guard now. Lego like a duck, don't they? And a parrot. A duck and a parrot. Need to have our duck buckets with us. I've started building this. I haven't finished the first wall. Let's do that first and then we can get around to this. So we need a 1x3. I feel like this is going to be a load of plates piled up. A load of plates piled up. Oh, and the round. Yes, I've just sorted these out. My round 1x2s now have their own drawer. They're not sharing with the ingots. We've got dark, light grey and black, and then we have everything else. Basically a load of colours, and then we got brown and white. A load of yellows. A load of yellows and whites. Straw. Don't think we need much more of them. This is where I go to the next instruction and we need like 30 of them. And then one of you special elements, I think. Should we have a little look at what special elements I've got in this? No, the drawer does not want to come. Come on, come on. What special elements I've got in this drawer? Here we go. I think they're in this one. We've got an anchor that I used for my bongo sub. A few different shield pieces. Oh look, from the Night Sisters bike, an old Star Wars set. A few different shields that are used in like the parachutes of the Lego Fortnite ones. Falcon, aerials, an umbrella from Sonic. A few different tentacle pieces and coral pieces as well. Jetpacks. We've got a jellyfish from Lego SpongeBob. The top of a jellyfish from Lego No, this is from Lord of the Rings. This is Saruman's orb from Lord of the Rings. The jellyfish are the chef's hat. And a few chains and car tyres, but yes. Oh, and an A-wing wing. Singular. The rest are where they should be. But it wasn't in there. Fair enough. So as we don't have it, let's get some plates. And one plate, one of these, one of these, and one of these, and one of these. Make a little tabletop. There we are. Nice little table in case they get peckish in the garbage masher. Got the Lego bonsai set and it came with a ton of pink frogs, and you never made the cherry tree version, so now you have a pink frog army. You can set them up under the tree. That's going to look good. Just a million pink frogs. I don't think we need tiles. I'm going to foolishly put them away. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe this is a good idea. Clear some desk space for the other pieces. And then eventually these will be sorted probably up here into these little drawers into their own colours. And oh, it's getting dark. Quick refresh on the light as we're losing daylight. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh. One, two, three. This is what I was looking for. This is the tub I'm looking for. Every time an ad runs, the stream crashes. Oh, that's not good. If you're able to, which you should be to, definitely report that to YouTube. That is not a feature. That's not a feature they want. Could you imagine if that was a feature? An ad finishes and you'd have to refresh the stream only to get another ad. I mean, that might be a feature YouTube would want. It's not a feature I want. It's not a very fun experience. You're just running constant ads. How unlucky would you have to be? Lego 747. No need to apologise. What? Oh, it's a 1x2. There's an easier way of going about this. And I really want to get 2 of each of these. But I don't know if we're going to need 2. We only need 1 at the minute. Wait, 1, 2x4. Oh, this is confusing. Good thing I won't speed building this. I would mess this up hard. 2. These are like great up the dupe. The corner on the table. There you go. The corner on the table. The what? Oh, the round one. The fancy round one, not just any round one. This one with the lines on it. And a bit of Technic, which I think we had before. We've seen this Technic. I've just realised I put one of the Technic bags in the wrong drawer. That's alright, I'll remember that at some point. Not a feature, no, definitely not. Want to collect every colour frog. I don't know if we have a pink one, and I say we because me and my fiance are sharing our frogs, because I've got like 2 of the Builder minifigure or CMFs, and she's got the lime green from the Disney Castle with the, oh, actually 2 green, 2 lime. There's a lime green and there's a light green. I think light green was with the Disney Castle, lime was with Princess and the Frog. Tiana, I believe. And yeah, we've got a few chocolate frogs from Harry Potter. There's a few translucent. Well, is there 1 translucent frog or is there 2? There's either a blue or a green. 1 of the 2. And a yellow frog. Where's the yellow frog, do I think? I don't know where the yellow frog would have come from. Where? Yeah, I'll leave that bag out for later. Quite funny scene where all these different coloured frogs are used though. That's something that could have been in the Monkey Kid set in the Lego store. Another coloured frog. They could have used an exclusive coloured frog. If we haven't had red, perfect chance to have the red one. Oh, nice. Better hide them from Grogu. Oh no. Grogu's going to eat the frogs. I like the brick-built frog that comes with Grogu. It reminds me of one of my old favourite animals, honestly, but one of my old favourite frogs, the poison dart frogs. Anytime I'd be at a zoo, the poison dart frogs. They're so small and lethal. Fascinating. Oh, more Technic. We still have this bag out? Ooh. Oh, not that bag. This one. Didn't fit in a bag. There's a brown frog under the toilet in the Lion Knight's castle. There is, isn't there? It's just outside, if memory serves me correctly. And they've got a whole waste system. Is it the same castle that has the whole flushing system? Or was that one of the Ninjago markets that has a flushing system in it? Only 90 degrees. How much is 90 degrees? 90 degrees. Specify degrees. 32. Yeah, it's pretty much what it is here, isn't it? But it's humid. I don't mind the temperature. I don't like the humidity. I wouldn't mind 34. It was 34 when I was up London. And that was... it wasn't humid. It wasn't that humid. So it was alright. It was nice. But now it's not 30. It's not 30 here. And it's humid. And it's not nice. I take the heat over the humidity. Oh, big arch. Oh, arches have gone. Gone next door. I like the big arches, but this is another useless Lego piece. Welcome back to another useless Lego piece with myself, the host, Master Voldy. This piece is not entirely useless, but once again, I've never seen a good use for this from Lego. The reason these arches are connected is because you can apply a pressure into the middle, much like maybe the UCS Slave one has bigger versions of this. But at the same point, using two of these smaller arches with a plate or even a tile to get that smoothed off finish won't fall apart too easy. And if you're worried about it, add a little under tile on the underside. So I'm not a fan of these pieces. Give us 3-4 more pieces instead. Up the piece count and make it feel like Lego is worth what it used to be. Some of those changes, giving us bigger bricks, which are unnecessary and do cost Lego quite a bit for the new molds. I would rather just see a new piece. But who knows, I'll be praising it in a few months' time when if it's anything to go off previous builds. I might not like it now, but I might like it in the future. So we'll wrap up that segment and come back in 6 months' time. Studs outwards. We're getting a minifigure in here, are we? Maybe. And then a little slope on the bottom. Oh, no. In the US, the issue is not so much the humidity as it is the stupidity. I wasn't expecting that. As a US citizen, right, Moonshoes, you're American, right? You can say that about America, yeah, right. You got dark outside, so you come in. Oh, you got to just have a big. I suppose, yeah, you can't light up the outside. You'd be swarmed by flies. All right, another. I need to keep these Technic bags at hand. Hey. The yellow frog comes in many sets, but got it in. Let's have a look. 60157. See, that's a recent. I mean, it is fairly recent, isn't it? It's not the new jungle set. For a small set to include a little yellow frog, that's got to be some sort of poison dart, and a little alligator as well. 3 minifigures. $8.99. It's a battle pack. It's a battle pack size. What you know, Star Wars called battle packs. Nice. Great pack to get it. Oh no, not crashed again. It's too hot. The YouTube servers are overheating. Even though it's not too hot in America. Maybe the British servers are overheating? A little tube. A little tube. What we need in Technic is an axle with a stud on the end. We'd be able to do so much more with that. Well, we could still do quite a bit. We could still do quite a bit with the pin in axle spaces, especially if we mix it up a little bit. But an axle with a stud on the end. We've got the 3-length ones. We need a 1-length, or at least a 2-length one. I can work with a 2-length one. And then we'll be able to do so much more. Open the door, that would. But then that could make Lego a bit too technical. I can see the argument for and against. I've just said about all the new Lego elements that they're making. Maybe we can stick to the pins for this. Don't know where the snake went. Oh, I got a few like old pyramid snakes and that. They're not in my animal drawer. I had my animal drawer out earlier. I don't know where I put my snakes. Maybe they're in one of my miscellaneous bar drawers or bags. Maybe I've whacked them with the bar elements rather than the other animals, because the snakes do work as bar elements. And I suppose if you wanted to flex them out a little bit, they'd also work like the R2-D2, for instance, or Lufin Speeder from Andor uses the whip elements, and they can be flexed around to match whatever shape you're after. You're building a blue bricks house of the Drifter. Okay, let's look this up. The Drifter. House of the... Whoa. This is a stable. Is it the medieval one? That's the one that comes up top. But to be fair, there's a handful of them. They all look nice. You make a whole village out of this. It reminds me of the portion... That looks like a Lego Ideas set as well. Slightly changed, maybe the original. But it reminds me of the Western style. I can't remember who it is. Who has that like Lego almost museum that they build out with the giant wheat farms, the hills. It reminds me of that. It's the House of Dominic Toretto. Oh. Oh, I see it. Yeah, nice. Does it scale up to the speed champ? It does, to the speed champions, doesn't it? I can't wait for Mattel's new cars. The ones coming out at the end of the... Whoa, September. It's not that far away now, is it? Well, September's quite... Can we have July and August first? But September's approaching. Faster than some of us would like. Handlebars, antennas, clip elements. Oh, we're upside down, aren't we? Got to remember that. When I flip this back around. And I've got rid of... It's these ones, isn't it? Yes, spot on. I tell you what, not just online Pab, Raven's just commented, too bad that Lego doesn't put more skin-coloured heads on online Pab. Just for some context before I start waffling. Not just the online Pab, but also in-store. I feel like in-store needs a few more colours, and I'm not just talking about orange, blue. We just get yellow. And... we don't really get any other tones. Yellow, I know, is trying to be the generic yellow Lego colour, but yellow is closer to white than anything else. Well, it's yellow, but it is closer to just the plain regular. And when Star Wars had the yellow tones originally, then they had someone who wasn't white. They wouldn't use the yellow tone for it. So yellow is Lego's why? I know they tried to keep it neutral, and there probably would have been some uproar if they just gave everyone yellow heads. Did Vader have... Vader had grey heads, didn't he? He didn't even have yellow heads. And yeah, they kind of shot themselves in the foot doing that. But it would be nice to see some other colours popping up on the in-store and online, because online has a few, but a lot of them are all their icon sets, so they don't really count. They don't really count. I'm not counting those. Some unique heads, so we can suck up. Or what Lego could do is give us a poly bag of heads. Pharrell Williams' rocket was the wrong place to put that many heads in. That's a lot of heads. If they gave us a poly bag instead, maybe even part of that, so that people could make their own characters in there, because that was some reasoning behind the set. I think I've seen some sort of interview behind it. If we got a poly bag with a ton, and I mean a ton of different heads, wouldn't that be awesome? All right, this doesn't like this. Well, tough. Stay there. Yeah. And then a big arch. And a droid leg. I don't think I've seen that Technic piece. I must have. Alright, one in the middle. Let's worm our way through this. 1x2. Also in Lego sets in general, I feel like Lego can mix it up a little bit. The biggest set is the Burj Khalifa. Height and width of 30 centimeters, which is a base plate, isn't it? It's a big base plate. Well, no, it's a small base plate. Small base plate is 32 studs. No, it is a big base plate. Just bigger than a small base plate. About a Lego base plate. Cheaper, same quality. Lego have honed their craft, so I don't know if it would be exactly the same. It's indistinguishable, isn't it? It's indistinguishable. Lego's quality is like up here. Everyone else is like here, but good quality is down here. Everyone's doing the bare minimum to get by, and then Lego's just out here completing side quests. No problem, Rafe. May the bricks be with you. Thank you for hanging out. Not just for World War I minifigures even, but just everyday minifigures. The longer we go, the more different colours Lego are going to be able to make. And there's no way of replacing the older figures like they did with Andor, and they've reprinted the old Andor Rogue One head on the new skin tone. I think they give us a poly bag of those heads that we can go and switch out characters. Even characters, what other characters have we done? Elsbeth. I think Elsbeth actually had the same headpiece, the head tone. We had Sabine. I think Sabine could have dealt with not too dark a shade, the one shade darker than the regular head. You all seem to agree with that. And Rose Tico needed a different shade head as well. So if Lego could give us just a bag of them that we can go back through and sort that out, I think that would be quite nice to do. Lego could give it away as a gift with purchase, sell it if they think it would be popular enough. Just as long as they're giving it out. Big arch. Where's this? Just up top. 1, 2, 3. I think this works doubled. Doesn't it? I remember this. Nope, I clearly don't remember this enough. It didn't work doubled. But it works with another plate. I could have sworn this worked doubled for Geonosis. Maybe I removed the plate at the bottom. And then slope it off. No. 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 We don't slope. I'm sloping this off. It's the I guess with the Lego piece, there's not much of an opportunity to slope it off. But that would have been perfect. And then we need R2's leg. Alright, an R2 leg in the middle. So many different elements rolling around. You're not Technic. You are. And that's one R2 leg. Do I have an R2 leg kicking? I got a load of them in the store, but not too many of them hanging about, I don't think. Although again, let's put this brick down first, and then we'll sort out one higher, isn't it? One plate. Is the same quality. I think a load of non-Lego companies have done really well with some of the parts they've been offering. 1x3 with, not you, I'm looking in the wrong drawer. Oh, I'm missing the drawer. This one. So I'm looking for one of the Technic shoulder joints that look like the piece from the droid. These elements here. One of these. And I'm going to mock together a little droid leg. Using this Technic piece. Using a 1x1 with a bar. 1x1 round tile. With the bar element sticking out of it. This piece. Nope. This piece. 1x1 with a bar. And then a squared 1x1 on a 1x1 plate on a 1x3 with 2 cheese floats. And now I want all droids to have legs that are built out. We can add so much colour to this. Break it all down. You know what? Do we need 2x4s? Can we not just have 8 1x1s? Houses will never be the same again. There you go. Little droid leg. Cool's that. It's not as small as a regular droid leg, but it's not that big either. And we want this to lay flat. I'm going to use a grey pin, which if you don't know about the colours, grey doesn't have any friction ridges in it. Black does, grey doesn't. So this will allow the leg just to drop where it stands. There we go. Just like that. Whee! And it just flows there. Lovely. Anything else? Yes, we're missing a column from the back with a square, a column and a slope. One slope. Also, which Lego wasn't so expensive? Licensed sets. Licensed sets, yeah, I agree. We can understand licensed sets. But Lego in general, 120 for 800 pieces. 120 for 800 pieces? That's not bad. That's not bad. It's the other sets that are 800 for 120 pieces, and that's bad. It doesn't matter how big the Lego pieces are. Break them down, give us a few more pieces, because when I look at a Lego set, minifigures aside, the main thing I look at is what I'm going to do with it next. Because I don't keep Lego sets built for too long. I do keep them built for quite a bit of time, especially some of the newer sets, but a lot of the time the Lego sets are going to be broken down. Oh, I did not even see that there. Wow, that went over my head. So what's it going to be built into in a couple weeks, couple months, couple years time? Are there any good pieces? Ahsoka Zeta is one of the sets had to pick up, even though, did I buy it? Oh no, we did buy it, May 4th. Had to pick up because it's got so many exclusive pieces. I just couldn't pass on the opportunity. It's one of those sets, if I don't pick up now, I'm going to regret not picking up in a few years' time because it's got too many exclusive pieces. There we are. And there's a tube sticking out. A tube. A tube. A tube. And that's on a bracket. which, did I bag it? Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Oh, I did. So there's the wrong side brackets. Where's the right side? By right side, I mean the top brackets. They're the ones I use the most, which means they're the ones that I have the least of. Tiny little bag of them. At Blue Bricks, you can get 3,000 parts. A lot of alternate companies use... I tried to draw that out so I could remember what they're called. Go Bricks! Go Bricks, which we have used through Bricknut in the past. Or choice of name that. But it's a great ABS bricks. They're not to the same perfections as a Lego, but when you're working with plastic bricks, you don't need them to get that precise. Their clutch power isn't 100%, but you know, anything over 50% is good, so it's gonna work. It's gonna work no matter what. Oh, we need a long element. Does this squish up? All right, this might squish up. Let's put you in the base first, because I feel like we're slowly building it in. Does that fit? Yeah. And there we are. Left half done. Oh, this is looking cool. It's when I go back and rebuild sets like this, and once it's built, I think, why didn't I pick this up? Why didn't I pick this up day one? Well, because Lego's expensive, and picking this up day one would have meant I would have not been able to pick up something else day one. That's gonna be fun. The fact that from the front as well, it piles up, so it looks like it's just crushing inwards. It would have been nice if the middle had a little more movement. I'm not seeing enough movement, but it's not terrible. And a 1x1 tile Lego do better. T-slope. T-slope doesn't catch, does it? Oh, sorry Lego. Cheese slope would catch. I'm still going to do it. I'm still putting a cheese slope down there. But yes, a cheese slope, if not pressed down properly, will catch and fling off. So they've done the best they can. But I would have liked to have seen a cheese slope. Maybe next time I can say it a bit nicer, eh? Truth or Dare? That's an old school game. What's a modern take on that? I guess, to be honest, modern take is the... it's like Ask Me Anything, isn't it? Which is kind of what this stream is. So if you do have a question, ask away. One, two, and a 1, 2, 3. Only need 4. 1, 2. Oh, 1. Is this 6? Need 6. Come back. Regret dropping them. Aha. There we go. 1. Oh, we can't do the other side yet. All right, you're for later. We need 2 more slot bricks. And now I've got all of these in black because I've built a handful of dioramas now. Imagine if I say that and I can't find 2 more. How bad that would be. Hey, 2 more. Because the side, I'll show you in a sec. The side is separated by 6. But because we have 1, 2, and then we have a gap in the middle, then we have a 1, 2, 3. That's where our extra 1x3 comes in. And we're tiling this off of 2 1x8. Not 2 1x8s. What are we tiling it off with? Grills. 2 1x8s. Lovely. I called it, and then I didn't, and then I called it again. Should look up set 1115. What do we think set 5555 is as well? A lighting brick. You know what, Raven? I have not seen this. It's an actual light in a brick. This isn't like a little LED either. This isn't like the power functions. Oh, I can't read that. That's not in English. My bad. Oh, no, it is. Fourth line, not suitable for children under 5. Thought it'd have a bit more info on it. The smallest Lego set ever released. It's impressive. Yoda would say size matters not, but I think the fact that it's so tiny makes it even more impressive. It's one brick and it ain't even a full brick. It probably weighs more than a brick in the weight of it because it's got the lighting element inside. However, if you were to weigh it in plastic, it's even less because they've hollowed it out to fit a little light in it. Chewbacca's got a stick. Must remember that. And on to the other side. Yes. Can we not get the bricks ready? I remember having a pile. The smallest set ever. Crazy. Ooh. Ah. No bricks. We've had one crack. We've had one brick crack, but we haven't had any. No, we haven't had any breakages. Don't want to jinx it. Touch wood. So far, so good. We like to see it. I would like Lego to bring back a few more small Star Wars sets. You know, the minifigure only ones. The ones where you get like 3 figures and a little chair or a bridge. I would like some more of them. Just had them. Those ones and the little tins. I can see why Lego wouldn't do any more tins, but maybe giving us something similar. Maybe not tins. I guess paper poly bags. They're kind of poly bags, aren't they? The old tins. Oh, one by one. Did I use a stud with a hole? Yes. That's another thing. Studs without holes are... I don't know if a stud would ever need its top filled in. There are a few colours that don't have the piece with the hole that exists. I don't know if it ever needs its stud filled in. I feel like every stud can have its hole. Maybe there's a few... I'm trying to think of like characters or anything that would need the stud with the top. Isn't the Titanic the biggest? I don't think I think the Titanic's the longest. The most pieces is going to be the Death Star later this year. The tallest is the Eiffel Tower. I've seen that one built. That's pretty much my height, isn't it? It might have been on a podium, but it was my height. And that's the tallest set. Official Lego set. If you were to stack the Rancor with Jabba's Palace on top, with if you were to stack Jabba's Palace both floors on top of both floors of Gringotts, now that'd be coming close. Just keep piling up all Lego sets. How high can we get? And this should match up to the opposite side. Oh, wait, what? Wait a second. You've not built this the same. You've built this differently. Okay. So you go on here. Yes. And then you there. And then down to, and then back up. It's a good thing I'm paying attention. Otherwise I would have had to break that down and build that back up. Aha! And then, so you're 8 on this side? No, 6. Oh, okay, that's not that bad. And that is that side. Haha, we did it! And this should line up on the other side. Yeah, perfectly. Perfectly, all but in. Current biggest is the world map. Yeah, they're mostly won by pieces, still counts. What is, in my opinion, the best unlicensed Lego theme? Are we including Lego's own licenses? Because Ninjago, Dreams, Monkey Kid, they're all still licenses. So I think, to be fair, that's its own category. I think Ninjago's the longest running out of those. That's the best. And City's a cop-out answer. So I think City's probably one of the best. But for the best, Castle doesn't seem to want to die, no matter how badly Nexo Knights flopped. Castle's still kicking. It's not going down without a fight. And oh look, here's one I made earlier. Already got the door started. Maybe Pirates is a little more, but Pirates as well doesn't seem to be doing great on its own. Excited to see if we get any more Pirates of the Caribbean sets, as that's been the long-awaited rumour that pops back every year. Another Black Pearl, another pirate set. Hello there, Alfie. Welcome to the stream. And similar design to the other door. Right, don't need you. No, need you, come back. Did I get the pieces out? I didn't. Helps if I get the pieces out before I put this drawer away. There we go. Bought one of the F1 sets. Awesome. Which set did you pick up? Rick Artist, hello there. Alright, I'm going to do the back whilst it's in my hand here. Would go with Castle if they had an army builder set. You can get the minifigures for pretty cheap compared to an army builder. I think Castle's done well in the sense that the minifigures are nearly always available on the online pick-a-brick and also in stores. Usually I think it's Pirates. There was a pirate minifigure in the last lot, but there was usually a Castle Knight or Lion Knight is usually the one they go with in Lego stores and online at all times. It's cheaper than picking up a Lego set because you're not paying for the bricks as well, but it doesn't mean it's cheap. It still works out to, I think it's like £5-6 a minifigure on there, and that's if you don't want to don them with top of the line armor. I think the most expensive minifigure we worked out was like a tenner. Got to be somewhere near that ballpark. A lot of money for just one minifigure, especially if you're building an army. McLaren F1 Speed Champions. The Speed Champions look cool. I think I'd be more into Speed Champions. Not a big car guy myself, but I'd be more into Speed Champions if they made them fit with the city sets. I'm a big fan of that 6 wide. But the F1 smashed it. After Space last year, I thought it was going to be quite hard to top, especially with the Space set they started this year off with. And F1 come through. It did. Smashed it out the park. Smashed out my expectations. Let alone an F1 fan. All the money. Ah. What's the most expensive minifigure? I think one of them, the Star Wars one, is Boba Fett, but it's not Star Wars. Star Wars are nowhere near the most expensive minifigures. Even Star Wars fans have their limits. But Lego have, like, Mr. Gold is up there. The Chrome Star Wars ones aren't worth anything compared to Mr. Gold. We've also got, it's hard to put a price on some of these as well, because a lot of it is just whenever they've last sold. But there's a lot of exclusive minifigures that have been given out that are, you know, 1 of 100, even 1 of 1s. Even 1 of 1s. People think that Lego copied and pasted the car in different colours. It wouldn't be a bad shout, because F1 cars do have to be made fairly similar to each other, don't they? So that is a good idea for Lego to not cheat, use their work, use their research, but I'm sure there's the odd piece on all of them that is changed up, especially if they're different designers. There's got to be an odd piece that they've switched around, put their little stamp on it. But the collectible cars are fully all the same piece switched around. They're like switched colours, same Lego elements, switched up the colours, the logos, and everything else, and got away with it because they all look so good. I guess that's all a CMF is at the end of the day. Switching up the colours and making sure it still looks good. Right. 2 by 2. Hurrah, hurrah. There we are. The F1 car is 10 studs long. Oh, it's decent for a Speed Champions F1 car. Happy I got all these grey and tan pieces off. Not just the pick and build, but also Bricklink. Bricklink's coming clutch for these. They're on bottom. Although I'm slowly running out of grey. No, don't say it's the end. Don't say, no, there's got to be more. There's one more, yes. One more can keep us going. Till the next time. I think we've got a few more 1x8s and 1x4s. But we don't need them. One, two, three, 4, 5. The Lion Knights and Black Falcon Knights on Pab are retiring at the end of the year. Oh, yeah, shout out Raven. Make sure you're picking them up. Anyone that wants any of the Knights, grab them before they're gone. Because once they're gone, as soon as they start to retire, as soon as Lego stop making Are we back? Yes, thank you for letting me know. Rafe, Alfie, Raven, thank you. We've been going We've been going for 3 hours. The mic is meant to last 5 hours, but I think it's just too hot because... No, my PC is quite cool. What are we running at? What temperature? Let's have a little look, because I did get a bit of slack when I did mix up the PC fans. Any of you PC builders out there, I've switched it so the intake fans are on the top, outtake are at the front, because of the foot traffic was coating my computer in dust, and that was heating it up a little bit, but also just slowing it down. It's a bit dusty, you know? No one wants a dusty PC. And since changing it, I'm yet to clean it. Oh, that's a way to out myself. When did I release that video? Because that video was a month, like 2-3 weeks after I'd actually done it. Anyway, my temperature is looking 39. So it's a bit hot. It's a bit hot in this room. But the fact that my PC barely gets 40, and I've got Lego up, I've got instructions up, I've still got Mythica, all the tabs that I've opened today are all still up. We've got OBS running on not 1, but 2 streams. My computer. Round of applause to my computer. All right, they use the Lego City body for the F1 cars. Is that for the Speed Champions? I forgot where we are now. The Lego City body. Oh, because the little F1, where's my little F1 car? There you are. My little Aston Martin that I've got. Use it. This is the CMF. This isn't the Speed Champions. Could you imagine 20 quid for this? But it uses a brand new base. I wanted to modify this to fit in a potential Lego store modular, and I'm going to have to rework the entire bottom of it because, yeah, I don't know how we'd get a minifigure in there otherwise. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Should have Nightbot saying that in chat. Ah, slopes. Do we need any of these? 1. Just 1? Just 1. Just 1. Always good to look before I put them back. It's one of the big ones as well. None of the archers. Paid $16.98. I will say, Speed Champions being £22 now, are they? Because I think Mattel drops in just below. They're just cheaper. They're £20 around that ballpark. And cheeky of them to go just below Lego. Direct competitors. But Speed Champions are always on sale. I'm hoping the same is true for Mattel. I want to pick them up day one. But if Mattel's going to be, you know, more than 25% off in a few weeks, might as well wait for them. I'm hoping as well, with Mattel coming out, there'll be some sales, because coming out in July or August, there's a Challenger Speed Champions, which might be my first Speed Champions set. I might pick it up. The first Speed Champions set that I will ever open. And it would be a dodge. Of course it would be a dodge. That one makes sense. It's tempting me. But I'll definitely be picking it up if it's on sale when Mattel's cars come out. Just to tip me over the edge. Got my quarter ones in here. Oh yeah. Any greys visible? That'll do. And then we need a little one. Maybe these need to be sorted by colour. Be easier to find them in one. But I was like, oh, £6 off, and grabbed it. Yes, you should have. £6 off. I mean, that is over a quarter, isn't it? Just over a quarter. But for Lego, 20% off or more, you're not getting any better on the Lego website without a special promo. Definitely say go for that. 1, 2, oh, this is up. 1 by 6. Or 1 by whatever I can get. 1 by 3. Anything that goes 1 by 2. That breaks into 6. Saves me rummaging around at the end. Do I pay for a license to sell Lego parts on my website? It depends what you're selling as to what you'd need to buy a license for. If you're selling them in quantities over so much, yes, you would need a license for it. But why do you think I limit my items? Yes, yeah, the decals is what I'm actually profiting off, so it makes it a lot easier to sell. If I was to custom print on the Lego torsos now, that would blur the waters. Technically, I'm making them my own, but I'm still using, Legos. So I'd have to whack Lego somewhere on the website. Not the end of the world. It's bonus advertising, isn't it? The Dodge Challengers, one of your favourite cars. It is mine too. I'm not a big car guy, like I say, but I like the Challenger. 1, 2. It's my go-to in Forza Horizon, and I used to race around on there. The Hellcat, Challenger, the Viper, all the Dodge cars. Big fan of Dodge. And I blame Fast and Furious for that, or I thank Fast and Furious for that. Also seen the middle-sized McLaren. Yeah, I think many speed champions. If I walked in and I had 20 quid to splash and then I saw it for 15, it'd be tempting. Depends what other Star Wars sets are lying around as to what other pieces I'd be picking up. Because the speed champions aren't just great sets. They attract my attention for the exclusive pieces in them. Well, the rarer pieces in them. A lot of the exclusive pieces are printed, but they've got some nice part usage. Even some of the city cars got some really nice parts in them. So even if, I buy the Challenger, build it, race it around my desk for a few weeks, and then break it down, I know the parts in there are just going to be so much fun to play around with. Aha. Another little Technic piece in here. These are quite finicky to get those in. Then we're capping it off. Definitely sloping over the top. I can sense it. Shame I can't sense the brown. So that's something I need to separate. The 1x3s into bags. Oh, I only need one. Yeah. Unless. Maybe. Still got even more brown 1x1 tiles. Oh, the Lego City one. It's 11, but it 232 off. Not as impressive, is it? So if it was 630, that makes sense. Could you imagine if the City one was like 15 quid and they're charging you 50% more if you buy it with another car? No, thank you. Pay them to keep it at that point. One. Slope and a semi. I'm happy Lego haven't got rid of this slope. Back from my Power Miners days. The 1x2 with the little grills on the side. And now they've covered it up for Harry Potter and various other sets. Just waiting to see the opposite side. What was it? The 1x2. It was the 1x2 tile with these stripes on. Although you could use that for a red 5. And then 1x2. Ooh, I like this one. Wrong thought. This is the one. With the clip elements, the bars at the end. Can Can you see him any? Oh, yes. Can't see him much better. Can't wait to have all the drawers out. People are saying that Lego made a mistake by putting these CMFs of F1 cars. What would we have instead? Because it's in the space of a theme, so we'd have to assume it couldn't be licensed if not. Otherwise, we'd say Star Wars. So if it couldn't be Star Wars, who would we have instead of? I think Tiny Turbos. Bring them back as a CMF. Best Star Wars ship. I like the A-wing. I like the Delta. Actually, the Delta, the A-wing, the V-wing, anything that goes to a point, some sort of point, I'm very fond of. There's the arch to match it up. 1x3s, they're two. Haven't kept that out, have I? No, just burnt it down. Tiny pillar. Trying to think of any ships I've forgotten. Oh, the N1. The N1's a good ship. Happy to see that return. Liking that. 3x1 and a slope. Drawers back here. Hey. All right. Where was this going? Behind the slope. What would be nice is if I had another little tray that I could slot these into. Maybe if the drawer... No, I wouldn't want the drawers coming this high. Then where would I put the printer? Maybe I could have a little shelf or something. I've just removed the shelf from underneath. Wasn't very fond on how the shelf looked. Maybe when I get a bit more space, I'll be able to do something like that. Could have been the drivers. Maybe if we got the full F1 drivers, and they could include two heads for the two different drivers racing. I get that they switch out a little bit. There's some more of the 2x2s, so it'd be a little harder, but they could at least go from last season. That'd be cool. Your comment disappeared. YouTube said, nuh-uh. Try it again. Hello there, XD444 legend. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, YouTube sometimes is on it and sometimes too on it, and they'll pick up things that we don't even notice in the sentence and just get rid of the comment. As long as they don't ban you, it's all right. Thankfully, no accidental comments are that bad. Where? Oh, these in dark grey. Aha. We've got another little seat. Calling it another minifigure sat here. Where did we have it? Blue. We do have grey. That's the fun game I play now. Now I've sorted by colour. It's whether we have the colour hiding behind. I know we have the piece. I know what drawers they're in. But do we have the colour hiding? And another bar connecting to the black beam on the other side. Should have thought of this and got two out when we had them in our hands. Good thing is, memory's kicking in and I'm remembering where I'm putting them and seeing when I drop them on top. And then finishing up with a back. Oh, not finishing up. We got lots to do. We got a Technic. This is a little trucker beam. That would be possibly in the bag, possibly up here. So let's see, light bluish grey, isn't it? There we are. Oh, I threw that across the room. What a police boat. The new one didn't buy the burger truck. Thought it was too inappropriate because you're old. No, the burger truck's awesome. You know, the back of the burger truck can pull off and it's a burger stand and a truck. That's awesome. Maybe that's a set. Maybe they're saying you're old so you can buy it for yourself. Maybe that's what it was. I should also sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Yes, I wouldn't have to put a limit on the Lego. I don't know why YouTube would have banned that. I don't know. Maybe YouTube and, Meta don't get along. But I've looked at doing it. The reason I do it through 4th Wall is because a lot of the taxes and international, that sort of stuff's done. And it means I can sell worldwide. I have looked at other ways of selling just within the UK, which are quite straightforward. And I'm not selling all worldwide. There are a few countries that Royal Mail don't ship to. I can't tell you why that is. But I do try to ship as far and wide as I can. You we've had before. Did I put you back? Or did I not? Or did I just put you... That's the thing. If I don't tuck them in properly, I won't be able to see them next time I need them. I need to make sure they're all tucked in and shimmied around. Back tyres are bigger than the front. Oh. I guess that helps to give them a little angle, doesn't it? Angle them forward a little bit. One of you. And then a bar. What I might do is the 6 too long? No. Perfect. I believe. Yeah, it is. Perfect. Just need a few studs with the holes in them. Ultimate Escape Challenge and Fast Challenge are your favourite LEGO ad campaigns. I quite like the ad campaign they've got on at the minute with the She Built That, but I'm not sure I entirely understand it. I just quite like all the colours and sets. I do think it's odd that I think the only licensed themes are Disney and Harry Potter. There are so many more licensed themes LEGO could be plugging, but they've got to also plug their own bits. They can't just plug all the licenses, can they? Changes the ad campaign if they do. Is 2 too much? No. Is 2 enough? No, not really. Yeah, just about. There's our little engine on the side. We start putting this in. Oh, moment of truth. Why aren't you going in? Wait, what? What's... No, that should work. Is this pushed it? Yeah, this is pushed in too far. It's curled round. Oh, I thought I was bugging there. There we go. There's the trash compactor. Oh, that's cool. It can go right up and then come right back out, and then the walls will stop it. Let's build this wall whilst we're here, because we do have the pieces for it, don't we? All but one 1x2, which I seem to have misplaced. All of them. It is, isn't it? She Built That mentioned. Still replay this song. Every time Lego and a song is mentioned, there's a song that gets stuck in my head. We all know it. From the Lego movie. Great song. Annoying if it's stuck in your head though all day. This is awesome, isn't it? That's what I mean. We're here now towards the end of the build. And I'm left wondering why I didn't pick this up when it was on shelves and get the full build experience. Everything is awesome. So I've not quite finished. I have cheated a little bit. There's a few extra little bits we need to get on the inside. So let's go about those. Actually, is this... Oh, there's another like 5 steps. What did we miss from the interior? I went... Oh, too far. Too far. Back, 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 back. Right, let's get you... You, where are you? Also, how does this work? Because how? Oh, they've got the connector. Nice, okay. Liking that a bit more. So I don't need you. You. This is going to be the hardest part, isn't it? These 5 elements, that all, or 5, 6, 7. I haven't seen how far the steps go. You, these elements, where are they? These 1x3 elements. Besides a digger, can't think of any other uses of them. No problem. See you, Rafe. May the bricks be with you. Went to see the new How to Train Your Dragon movie. Did you enjoy it? I can't wait to watch it. And I saw Firestar, shout out Firestar here in the UK, announcing their free custom minifigures, number 3. Not costless, otherwise I would have picked them all up and be sharing them with all of you. But yeah, they're 3. They did a young Hiccup, an older Hiccup, and Asterix. You know, Astrid, not Asterix. I was thinking of the punctuation. Always get confused. So they look pretty fun. The older ones do. I don't like the little Hiccup. Not a fan. Unless they want to send one and change my mind. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the little Hiccup. I like the older figures more. Thank you, Mentism. I really like this feature. It's a bit squeaky. It's very squeaky. But it's very fun as well. What was the last little bit we were doing? After the page where it talks about the Lego Builder app, it shows a picture of the real car and the Lego car in the F1 cars. The Speed Champions. Definitely something they've started doing. I don't think they've always done that. Maybe they have. But I doubt it. Doubt. More of these clips. Oh wait, we've got an old Flipfire missile as well. Even though it's not used like a Flipfire missile, it's still fun that we've got it in the set. Oh, wrong drop. Ah. Back in there. I think we're done with our slopes. No problem, Raven. Thank you for hanging out. May the bricks be with you always. Faithful to the original. Oh, stoic. Stoic isn't stoic. Stoic in How to Train Your Dragon. Who plays stoic? Oh, yeah, I didn't notice that. Oh, nice. How to Train Your Dragon. Does Google know? It does. How to Train Your Dragon. HTTYD. Nice. Didn't know. I like when the voice actors and all the different actors that have been involved in it in the past, and actresses, all the different cast get re-involved. like with The Last of Us, even though they're not the same age to be played, voice actors tend to be older as well, so they can't play the younger characters. But sometimes there's another role for them in the same show. Got that big pipe sticking out. That's dangerous as that comes in. And it's nice to see what other roles they merge into. Sometimes they can be completely different to their original character. At the shop where you bought the F1 car, there was also a Williams. Same price. Impressive. Must be selling well if they're already either selling well or not selling well at all, but probably selling well knowing Lego. The show you watch when you take on break, building Lego mocks, is Lego Friends the next chapter. I have not even thought of watching Lego Friends because that's a show. I'm trying to find Monkey Kid at the minute whilst because Dreams isn't out yet. I want to watch Dreams back to back. I like binging the shows. So I'm going to watch Monkey Kid while I wait for Dreams to come out. Maybe I'll try that. This is a spoiler. What's the next? It's the torso piece, isn't it? We need a clip. Oh no, we need an arch. I don't think that fits in. It's what they say. It's what I'm going to look for. But I don't think it's going to fit. Oh no, we got the connector on. Yeah, we got the connector on top. Of course it fits. Forgot about that. 1x1 bar in the bottom. What's the bar's going to be covered though? No, bar isn't covered. It's got another clip. There's more steps. Williams is least popular. So it's probably the cheapest. Right. 1x1. Hurrah, hurrah. 2 1x2s and a slope in light bluish grey. We'll go with dark for the underneath. Is dark, yes. Oh no, it's a clip. It's a bar and clip. We need another stud. Bless you. Aha. Wet up its bars. Maybe I should put these bags on the top of the drawer units, because these are the ones I'm going to be going most in for all these different elements. Now I need the clips in there as well. Speed Champion box for the F1s are thinner than the regular boxes. I wonder if they'll increase in thickness. Keep an eye on that. I wonder if they'll increase in thickness after the F1 cars. Although we've been getting cars alongside, haven't we? So you would have seen if they were... Yeah, the F1 cars are thinner. More printed parts, less pieces, maybe? I think smaller parts is right to say. But it might be slightly true. 1x4. Don't need you. You. Or you. Oh, bikes. Do need 2 clips. Which were front or back. Can't remember now. Might have been back. Yes. And a cone. And now I've got a load of. What? Razor Crest? I don't think the Razor Crest. Only seen the F1 cars in person. Boxes in general for Star Wars I've noticed have shrunk over the years. Which is nice to see. Less boxes means there's more shelf space for more cars. Maybe that's why they've done it with the F1 cars. So that the displays don't take up too much more room, but you can fit more vehicles on the shelf. Is this too big? No. This looks titchy. This dome looks titchy for some reason. The whole thing looks titchy on the instruction manual. Don't have that out front. And then our complicated connections here with the triple. Which side? We need the 1x2 with the gap. Ah. Here we go. Nope, that's dark bluish grey. These are separated into colour. I want the light one. Maybe I should glue these bags together so they don't go wandering. Yeah. Grey and black. Oh. And a torso. Dark bluish grey, yes. Dark bluish grey torso. Do I have droid torsos? I don't think I have them in a drawer, do I? I do still have dark bluish grey torsos. Fair enough. And this is clipped to the base with the stud hanging out. Just like so. That's going to be a pain in the bum to get rid of. Good thing we're not breaking this one down. Oh, it's like built up and around. Look at that at the front. It's just slouched over the side. They've made it look natural. Lego have made this look natural. We slot this in, fill in the wall, add in our... Oh, connect the wires in here, which would like loop together as it goes in. Oh, you go up one, you go down two. They want it flat. Yeah, they want it flat. There we go. That's the finished trash compactor. That's so cool. And it's ready for what we're going to do to it next week once we finish the STAP. I'm excited about this. I'll probably end up doing a video on this, getting the minifigures out and taking a look as well, because we have space around the back for R2-D2 and C-3PO. How fun. Nice. And if you want to, you know, squeeze it up, keep some shelf space, you build little dioramas either side. You can have, I guess, a little Princess Leia in the cell. What can we have the other side? Princess Leia in the cell, trash compactor, maybe Vader in the meeting room. That's a good idea. But that is all. And I think that looks awesome on display. It's one of my more favourable dioramas that I've built. What other dioramas, actual Lego set dioramas, have I built though? Because we haven't built Dagobah, we haven't built Bespin yet. That's one that I've been trying to get around to. And they show you playing with it. So thank you so much for watching this stream. That is all. We're going to get a Porsche 911 in summer. I'm keeping my eye out after the other Dodge cars. I know we've had a few different Speed Champion play sets for Dodge. I'm keeping my eye out for any more of oh, these tiles are all over the place. Oh, you're meant to be, you're sorted. You're over here. That's what I've got to remember as well. Which pieces I have sorted, and it's fairly easy to tell. But whilst I put these away, thank you so much for chiming in. Everyone that stayed to the end and everyone that stayed almost to the end as well. I know a few of you left in the last couple of minutes. No worries. There'll be a video out on this set in better lighting during the day so that we can see. Yes, the Dodge Challenger. Hopefully more Dodge vehicles as well. I wouldn't be opposed to that. My bank account would with a summer wave of Star Wars sets though. Don't know how we're going to cope about it. But that has been all for today. Thank you so much for watching this stream, and I hope you enjoyed the build of the garbage masher on the detention level. We all know the one. Until next time, may the bricks be with you always. Especially Alfie, staying to the end. May the bricks be with you always.